And I have no intention of marrying, and I have no intention of dying either, whether I'm supposed to live again or not.
Hello, gentlemen.
You're the way of the lake.
Hey, Josh. Josh is
Josh,
here.
what are you doing today?
Been hanging out, working.
All right.
Awesome.
Looking forward to this.
Oh, hey, let's bring in Todd. Let's just we're just everyone's rolling through. Yay!
What up?
Gentlemen.
All right, and everyone, KayK is in the house. We have our daughter with us tonight, so she will be helping out and jumping in when she can. Is that a what is that, Todd?
It's a mosaic. Do you mosaic, bro?
I don't have a no. That's a new one. I love that company though.
It's all 100% mosaic hops. It's delicious.
Mosaic hops. That sounds like false advertising. How do you mosaic a hop is what I'm asking.
Oh, if I told you that, boy,
You'd have to kill me.
I'd have to kill you, boy.
Oh,
Secret of the rainbow.
Yeah, dude. We'll find out in chapter 26.
Wait,
All's
what?
revealed.
Wait, what? All's revealed? I thought I had more questions than answers.
All your questions about beers will be revealed.
Okay. All right.
Guys, for reals, Kay's coming. Maybe I will get an indication when she's ready. But has this
Ryan, what happened to your neck?
what happened to my neck? Oh,
Kind of like he got compacted like a piano fell on his head, huh?
Yeah. I was waiting for the Acme anvil to just
Like,
There it is.
is that better?
much better.
I do have a long, elegant neck, but when I got lazy,
No Neck Joe.
I become No Neck Joe. If anyone knows No Neck Joe in the chat, let us know.
No
That's a good
Neck-
pull.
The vampires, and they're all disappointed. The bad guys that try to hang him, and
Yeah.
he just kind of dangles.
He just can't be. Yeah. The bullies who give him a tie for a gift
Or when they tapped him on his shoulder, and he would
slowly turn around and they'd run
and then
away.
they tap it. No Neck Joe, guys, look him up.
No Neck Joe. No Neck.
No neck
yes.
Joe.
All right.
You know.
Fucking
Don't do it
Rand and Ruidian.
Rand and Matt.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yes.
And in Matt.
Everything.
That's what it starts with is Matt.
I mean, can we before we just get into the weeds of it? I just want broad strokes. Like, what was this like for you, Todd? What was this like? Like,
All three of these chapters were just mind-blowing. And I've been waiting for chapters like this just throughout the whole series. So
you can see why I
the
wanted
nerd
us-
dial
Go ahead.
the nerd dial was turned to 11.
You can see why I wanted these 3 chapters to be read together.
Very much so.
yeah.
Very
Yeah,
important.
for reals. Nerd Dial set to 11. This world building, like the scaffolding of this entire enterprise just blew up. We learn about not only like family lineages, but like people's lineages, like history, like the history of this place, and then we get to the and well, yeah, everything. Fuck yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
We're about to lose control. And we're gonna
Wait,
like
what's
it.
going on? Karri, you're still in the Great Hunt.
What?
Get at it,
Why are you
Karri.
here?
Yes, we might be. This is a huge spoiler. Everything I
Yeah,
just
I
said
know
was a huge spoiler. Oh no!
Run, Karri, run!
Run! Yeah, Mandarb said he's been waiting for these chapters. They are so cool and important. KayK is coming in. She's very excited to get. Yeah, are you on a reread? What's going on? No, she doesn't have time. All right, no, that's all good. But hey, you've been warned, lady. You've been warned.
Your mind will be blown.
Yes, this is this basically split the melon in twain. And there the twain shall meet. Your brains are now completely effed. Kayla, I'm on Knife of Dreams. Good. Keep
Oh
at
yeah,
it,
then you
guys.
can stay.
Yeah, you
You
can.
can stay, Kayla.
It wasn't head splitting so much as it is, rewarding that we got to here.
Okay.
I don't think it really blew my mind so much as just
Please.
established, that okay, all things are all interconnected. I mean, there are some mind-blowing things about it, but it's also like, finally, we get some depth to this world that is outside of our characters that we've been following.
Definitely.
Well, really,
Questions
it's a trip,
answered.
man. It is the city wrapped in fog. The fog just is always there.
Yep.
They called it the city in the clouds, but it's actually in a valley. And Lan had no idea that this city existed. He's like, "There's no city in the IEO. I beat them up every day. There's no city." I'm like, yeah, actually, there is.
Wrong.
Built by the Ace to Die, right?
Yeah, so let's talk about the city itself. It's not quite as big as like Tyr or Karri.
It's only 2/3 finished, or 2/5, 3/5 finished. I don't know what, but everything ends in like abrupt, unfinished crenellations.
Right. It says it's abandoned and unfinished.
Story of my life.
I mean, I got a lot of yeah, not untrue.
What? Where's... I don't know if the pause was worth it, but thank you.
Oh, okay,
yeah. There's a lot of parallels with the other abandoned city that we've been to.
Shadow Logos?
Yeah, Shadow.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, and you definitely get this sense that there is this like evil presence kind of lurking. I mean, especially at the tail end of the last chapter where we get the burble of evil.
The burble.
The burble. Yeah, even Matt's like super paranoid. He's like looking around. He's like, oh man. There's somebody watching us.
Yeah, I mean, and basically, and the artifacts
Nice.
that are left in the central courtyard. I mean, Todd, was it your impression that those were the artifacts that the Aiel were dragging around in the wagons?
That's what I was putting together. They're all the Terangriels, like the Aiel were carrying.
Yeah.
We do see at one point where they threw a pallet or a crate off of a wagon and it broke, and there was a red twisted doorway.
Yeah, so we know at least some of the artifacts that were on the wagons have made it there, right?
But there's also mention of just how many wagon filled of these artifacts had been left behind.
Lost, left behind, stolen.
Abandoned.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they get to Ridian, and they're hot as shit, and there's a dry fountain there that Rand's like, oh, duh, why don't I just do this? And just makes the coolest water ever. Starts sprouting out. Matt's like, yay! He's splashing around like a little kid. He's drinking everything. I guess it's just that easy for Rand, right? He can just tap into shit. He can just make water. He can just do stuff.
I like this part too. Like he senses that there's water, like oceans of it.
Yeah.
Beneath
what is that all about?
Dude, he's like the water finder.
Remember like those?
Apparently that's one of his. He's in touch with that element, right?
Oh yeah, that's his thing.
I mean,
Water
but is he?
power.
Have we seen him do water shit before?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
remember.
So they
feel
move
like we
on. They're
have.
like,
But we also know that he does have like what you might call an epigenetic memory of this place, because right through what we knew and find out in the chapter is like going back, like he might have just been able to kind of like tap into it like through a hunch, right?
And so,
Oh right.
maybe I don't
Or do you
know.
think he just like is he just a walking water stick? Like he's in a desert and he's like, come
He's a
follow me.
dowsing. He was just dowsing with the power, you know. So Todd, what do you make of the fog? And did it remind you? Did their passage through the fog remind you of anything else that we've seen so far?
I can't really place. I can't figure out what the fog is. It's definitely like it's like a power set on the place, but it reminded me of when they actually passed through it. It reminded me of them going through like the way gates or something, kind of, or that feeling. Way gates and the portal stones.
Right.
All the, I don't know. Yeah.
Where there's like a transition border of time. It reminded me a little bit of the edge of an Ogier steading as well.
Yeah.
But also how Perrin had described the wolf dream when he was floating disembodied and he couldn't see his right. He like was a man. He like wandered through to the like palace of mirror, the plane of mirrors, and then like he realizes that he's just like an evanescent consciousness, like floating in this void. The way that Matt described the passage through there really like harkened back to that too, I felt like. And maybe it's just that these are all liminal spaces and transition zones, so of course they're similar in that
There's crossover.
they're transitions, but
like
you know,
like a Venn diagram.
it did seem like time became syrupy on the inside, right? Like the way that the light was described and like how they seemed out of time, right?
Right. Things different. Yeah, they seem different. There's no wind, apparently.
There's no shadow, or the way that shadows are
shadow,
cast
yeah.
is strange. Yeah.
So here's what it reads here. It says, Rand plunged right into the dense mist, but Matt hesitated a moment before following. It had to be the power maintaining the fog, after all, with its edge boiling so, but never advancing or retreating an inch. Bloody power and no bloody choice. That first step was a blessed relief, cool and damp. He opened his mouth to let the mist moisten his tongue. 3 steps more, and he began to worry. Beyond the tip of his nose was only featureless gray. He could not make out even a shadow that could be Rand. Which, yeah, to your point, Josh, that's similar to how when Perrin first entered Tel'aran'rhiod, he was in a fog so thick that, in fact, he was gripping on to Hopper's fur.
Fur,
and that
right?
was
Yeah.
the only thing that was guiding him because he couldn't see shit.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Hey, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Real quick, we got a question from Chad Mandarb asks, Josh and Todd, do you now understand why The Shadow Rising is up there in top 3 for most everyone who's read the series?
Yeah, these 3 chapters definitely. They put them up there for me so far. I would say chapter 26 might be the best chapter of the whole series of all the books. I dare say that.
I dare say that. You do dare, and I do agree.
Well, let's not
do
gloss
be.
over this particular chapter where Matt hanging out with Rand. He's like, "All right, I'm supposed to be in Meridian. Here I am. This counts, right?" Matt's like, Rand's like, "I need to go to the heart. I need to go into the center of the city." He's like, "Fine, you do you. You do you." But then Matt, while he's kind of hanging around, sees another red doorway. And he's like, these motherfuckers. I need some more answers. They didn't give me good answers at all. I hate them.
Yep.
Did anyone else notice the baptismal that they enter and are baptized. Baptized by Rand through the one power.
No. Go on.
I can see that. All right.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
But what does that what would that baptismal represent?
Yeah. What's go take it further.
Well, what is baptism? Right? What is the point of baptism? I mean, anointing in general, right? Is to like cleanse oneself to enter the spirit realm, whether that's in the far future in like the sense of Christian baptism, or entering a Hindu sanctuary, or any number of spiritual places, spiritual practices where you anoint yourself with water and clean yourself with water, like
that's
Jewish
what
temples.
Talking about, BR. Yeah, we're talking about this, and then Matt diving in and swimming, and then him even having to be like, Rand, hey, stop laughing maniacally.
Well, and I mean, the line that really brought it home for me is Matt says, he drank until he thought he would drown, finally staggering over to lean panting against the woman's stone leg. Right, and that's like in baptism where you are submerged. That's kind of like one of those moments, right? Is drowning, like drowning of the corporeal self.
Yep.
To let the spirit body emerge. And I mean, we see like what happens to the Aiel tribesman leader who gouges his eyes out and rips his face off, right? That Rand experiences. Was it this cleansing that let him get further?
Yeah, could he? Like, was that essential for them to survive both their encounters? Yeah, because they were fucking thirsty.
I don't know. Just got me thinking about it. Just like with the symbolism of it.
I love
it says
that.
Rand gave a start, then stepped into the now ankle-deep basin and splashed across the stand where Matt had been, drinking in the same way, eyes closed and face tilted up to let the water pour over him.
Yeah, BR is like, I just thought he was thirsty.
I mean, all of those things are true, but that doesn't change the symbolism of the fact that they do it. And they're not thirsty the whole way through, right?
Right.
Well, Matt was chewing on a pebble, trying to get some moisture in his mouth, so I think they were pretty thirsty, but Rand had to be told to enter. Matt had to say, get in here, and Rand goes, yeah, you're right. That is a good idea, and does it. I
think the water too could be blessed by the Aes Sedai or whoever created it. The water was placed there apparently, I guess.
Well, we don't. Well, good. That's a good question. We don't know. Like, what is that? Where is that water source?
It's like some sacred.
I mean,
like some sacred
okay,
Aes
fuck
Sedai
you.
water.
That's amazing.
I couldn't.
Come on,
Well, you almost made Todd spit. That's amazing.
Dude, he's like, come on, just move on with the chapter.
Yeah, so BR is asking, do you believe the symbolism is there on purpose? I.e.,
yes.
Jordan intended, and yes, he's saying yes, and I am tending to agree with that. Jordan was a very religious human being.
Well, they get baptized and then they go to the heart. It is called the heart. You go to the heart. And they're like, I guess that's the center of the city. Where's the heart? The center, right? I mean, so they get washed clean, and then they enter.
I couldn't ignore. I kept thinking of the Dune reference here too, of like that the planet was once a deep ocean. Like, how do we know that the waste wasn't a body of water? I mean, typically, you can imagine this being a body of water, right? At some point in the past. Is he dredging up the past in a very literal sense?
There's a lot of Frank Herbert, a lot of Dune reference
vibes to the Aiel and the.
And also, when we see the flashbacks, we do see an Aiel looking over a great sea.
Mm-hmm. As we travel back in time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's so it may even, in theory, be that water displaced under the city somehow.
Right.
Or could it be the breaking of the world actually
changed it? That's what I was thinking, Ryan. Yeah.
Like just blew a bunch of fucking land all over an ocean and just like submerged it under. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
But it is clear water, clean water, so it's not necessarily an ocean per se. It's ocean size.
salty.
Yeah, it's not salty. Yeah.
Sweet. Not even says it's sweet, right? It's like
Yep.
sweet water.
Sweet water, sweet as wine.
They before they get deep into the city, though, they do hang out under a tree. Avendosora.
The same tree
Really
Matt
live.
hangs from. I mean, that is some great symbolism too.
Oh wow, yeah.
Hung from the tree of life.
Fuck.
I didn't think about that. Oh my god.
Well, and Matt, he says, he says something about like he could just hang out under the spreading branches. Matt leapt to catch one of those leaves. His outstretched fingers fell a good pace short of the lowest. He satisfies himself with walking deeper beneath that leafy roof and leaning back against the thick bole. After a moment, he slid down to sit against it. The old stories were true. He felt contentment, peace, well-being. Even his feet did not bother him much. Rand did not lean against a tree. Rand sat cross-legged nearby.
The other thing I want to mention before we get too much further beyond it is this thought of Matt's. Incomplete. Nothing was broken inside the city, only incomplete. The palaces loomed either side like cliffs. There had to be things inside. Furniture, maybe. If it had not rotted, maybe gold. Knives. Knives would not rust away in this dry air no matter how long they had been there. And again, this is like yet another mirroring of Shadar Logoth
Right.
and Matt's
He wants to
obsession.
go loot for knives. Yeah, yeah, it's a good one.
No, but not daggers though. Knives, not daggers. I mean, we know he carries knives. He values knives. He has knives all over his body. He has a knife behind his neck, like we find out.
Presumably, those knives are daggers if he's throwing them.
There's an allusion to
No,
GoTown.
I guess we should be asking Benjamin about that.
No, but
There's an allusion to Gotam sitting
Benjamin
beneath
says.
the Avendosora 40 years to gain wisdom. This sounds like a call out to.
All right.
Isn't this the Buddha? I mean,
Right.
It's
Siddhartha,
calling you
or-
a show off, Josh.
Shut up.
Kids already.
But what was
bothered
that? What was
by
his
you,
name?
Josh,
So
you know.
it
Not
says
surprising.
here it's Gotam. What was the actual like the name of the Buddha though?
Gautama,
Gautama.
wow.
Okay.
or I mean Siddhartha Gautama.
Okay.
But it's the
wow,
Bodhi
yeah.
tree in
Uh-huh.
Buddhist literature, Bodhidharma.
But
So
he
and a Bodhi tree.
he became enlightened under one, thinking about like but he
And he meditated for a long time under it after.
But he didn't do like autoerotic asphyxiation like Matt did.
It wasn't
right?
well, and it wasn't 40 years he was sitting there either. But I mean, yeah, there is. But stories change a little bit. Maybe.
I mean, I think there is.
Did do a Michael Hutchins.
Oh, you're getting called out, Josh. Who else in mythology hung from the tree of life?
Who else in mythology hung from the tree
Jesus.
of life?
Your mom.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Odin.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm thinking
Your mom.
of some other
Odin?
Judas.
Judas.
Judas was
Judas.
hung, but not from the
Judas
tree
was
of
hung?
life.
That was a tree.
It was a tree. He was.
Odin hung for like.
Okay,
12
you ready to
days
come? Give me a thumbs up.
to get
Nope.
wisdom.
All right. Yeah, see, dagger.
But-
Yeah, I think so. I'm with. I think Glenn. I'm sorry. The artist formerly known as the Geeky Hippie is with me. That if it would have been a dagger, they would have said dagger. If it was knives, they said knives. Like daggers are very specifically connotated in this series.
So when Tom throws his best,
I don't know. I haven't
his
noticed
best
that yet.
set of
but-
knives, he's throwing like cutlery, like steak knives.
No, he's never thrown a dagger.
It's a nice set into
Tom's
steak
never
knives.
thrown a dagger. He's only thrown knives. Right? Like,
I've always
like,
pictured it
like
as daggers, I guess.
Fael only has. Fael doesn't have daggers. She has knives in her.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm gonna fucking punch you. I'm gonna cloth punch you. I'm gonna cloth you in the back of the face.
All right. Enough of this one. This is not the way.
Talking's more.
I know. I'm sorry. He challenges me.
Look at no.
The way,
This is their
this is
show,
not the way,
right?
Ryan.
Throwing knives fall into the category of daggers. They're double-sided
like-
blades. I'm sorry,
Extra
but
big
All right.
thing. I'm-
All right. No. Yeah.
look it up in Google if you don't
all
believe me.
throwing knives are daggers, but are all daggers throwing knives?
No.
I don't know, guys.
Oh,
Guys,
man.
we are so.
But all daggers are knives.
We're
right.
not even.
Oh yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
knives.
Case Slice, she's gonna punch you when she gets in here. Josh, watch out.
All right,
You better
all right.
watch
out.
Josh, get ready.
When I don't show up to Georgia, you all will know why.
Because you're gonna get punched. Yeah.
Yep.
I understand.
Keep on threatening me. Go for it.
No, daggers are not knives. Fuck you. I'm sorry. Like he had a.
What is the?
They never called Matt's dagger a Matt's ruby hilted knife. There's a difference. I don't know why we're fucking even having this issue. Like, it's
I don't either.
artistic.
Move on.
Daggers are right. Daggers, knives.
Daggers are sharp and pointy.
I think
Knives
it's
are
just.
sharp
I
and
think it's a reference of like Matt just loving his fucking knives. He throws them at will.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, you scared to be word punched?
No. Drode, whatever that is backwards.
Ooh, fucking
Nice.
Kayla, this is great. Matt's constantly searching for something, things of value,
Searching.
knowledge, which really, Josh, knowledge which lead to him hanging from that tree could be symbolic of Adam and Eve eating from the tree of knowledge, which led to death. I love that.
Yep.
Ooh,
I love that.
Agreed.
very nice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of symbolism just to the idea of being hung from a tree of life. I mean, whatever it is.
Only Matt would be hung from the tree of life. Yeah.
All right, Josh. MrHowley, he's gonna take you in. Brother Dan,
Yep.
are you with us?
I'm here.
Duty is heavier than a mountain. Let's carry on.
I'm here.
Yeah, death is lighter than a feather, right?
All right, daggers and knives. Right, we're done. We got that. The definitions are clear.
No, I think we've clearly drawn our lines in the sand, but we've not like.
I'm just wondering how
We've
long
not,
we're
like,
gonna
come
take this
to-
horse.
I'm picking up. Go on,
Move.
bro. You want to fucking fuck me on the way out? Like, here, take it.
Go. Come on. That horse will move.
Come on, bro.
Let's get to this lucky coin. That's the next one.
So yeah. All right. Well, tell me about the coin, Todd.
Mm.
You carry on, brother Dad. Lead
No,
us-
for real.
lead us-
So Matt does flip a coin and it ends up on its side. Did Rand do this, or was this just the fates fucking with everyone?
I don't know.
What do you guys
Who
think?
knows?
He's like, don't
Rand.
channel around me. He's like, I didn't. Wasn't me.
Channeling? Who channeled? What? No.
So, anyways,
I think it has to do with the nature of the space that they're in.
Oh,
That's what I'm asking. Did Rand?
It's
do
not.
this
It's
or
not Rand doing it. No, it has to do with
Okay.
the nature of the space they're in. I think.
yeah, it's like another.
It's also they also pass by two of those statuettes that shocks Egwene in the museum.
Oh yeah.
Go
Two
on.
statuettes,
Oh, yeah.
maybe a foot tall, a man and a woman, each holding a crystal sphere aloft in one hand. He half bent as if to touch them, but straightened so quickly it could almost have been Matt's imagination. So Rand was called to it as well to touch it, but somehow didn't.
What do you think those are?
Definitely,
idea?
I mean-
Sangreals or they're not Turongreals. They're Sangreals. No.
Oh, yeah. I'll tear an
Okay.
ass in your song, Grail.
Yeah, we've seen them before too.
Well, there's the giant one that we saw,
The
then the
giant
little one in
ones,
the
yeah.
museum, and then this pair that seem to be in
Terrio.
good condition.
So they're even more
Do you
powerful.
think they're connected in any way?
I do. I think they're a set.
Okay. Okay. Right on.
The
Yes,
chat's
thank you,
getting
MaTsDaGger.
the chat's getting unruly.
Getting dodgy. All right, so we have
So could it be that the ocean of water is the tree of life's
Ooh. Yeah.
irrigation system?
It like when
But they're using the one power to keep it alive.
And it's like all the cuttings that the Aiel had, right?
uh-huh.
But that's later. But no, that's a great point.
they did have a bunch of cuttings. So do you think that this is a result of one of those cuttings that they had? They had dozens, I think.
Yeah. I had a lot of cuttings in my early teens, but then I went to therapy. And I'm good. I'm good now.
Well, that's great, Ryan. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Well done. Progress, Ryan. So we Rand is like, all right, promise me you're not gonna follow me. It seems like if you go in there, you're gonna die. This is only for us, Aiel. Stay, boy, stay. And Matt's like, fine, I'll stay. And he goes in, and Matt's like, well, just kind of looking around. He's like, well, what the hell? He said, quote, well, I'll not be the one to pull his bacon off the coals. I think that deserves a drink.
I hear that too.
Oh, the bacon off the
I mean, this could be
Yep. Yeah, I
also
agree.
true that they just.
Shows a great location.
So I really, really, really hope we dive deeply into the relationship between the Aes Sedai and the Aiel as we get into the next chapter.
Hell yeah.
It's so involved, and I think there's a little hiccup in there that I'm wondering what you guys picked up on.
Well, we will
see.
get to that. Let's
Yeah.
finish with Matt in the doorway if we can. I'm trying
And,
to. I'm trying to
and
get
Benjamin
this
Reno,
in.
you're right. Self-harming is not a joke. My bad. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder.
We weren't laughing at that.
We're all good. No.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, there was crickets when Ryan said it. I think we all agree. We are.
Well,
We're all.
We were laughing at something beyond that.
I mean, you guys know me. Come on now. What?
I just
dude?
ignored Ryan's bad taste.
What? You have no taste.
So
Come
Rand
on.
enter-
Well, that's how I can tell bad taste.
All right. No, hey. I take risks for you, not for me, for you.
Hey, I'm not wearing
What
that.
is happening? Hey. Special guest, even though she's on every show. It's KayK and I Sedai.
I feel so special. Thank you so much for that entrance. Whoops.
Welcome, Kay. Good to
You
see
made
you.
That's
it.
already.
You're our
Hi.
hero.
Whew, it's a little warm in here.
Open that
Right
window right
around?
next to you.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So what's going on? Ryan's
You've been-
insulting
you've been-
everybody? Or what?
Yeah, of course.
That
Of course.
happens. Okay.
As usual.
So moving on.
Everything,
Yeah,
everything's going accordingly. No.
Potato. Ryan, also get your real head out of the camera, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, you got my back. Come on,
How you
baby.
doing, everybody?
Doing well.
Okay. We're doing great. You've been following along.
A little bit here and there, because I can only hear you actually when I have this thingy in and it has
Plugged
a-
in. Oh, you're
Yeah.
wired. Okay, yeah, I hear you. So yeah, we're talking Matt right now and the archways. Not gone far.
Ooh, the red ones, the red twisty.
Yeah, Matt's about to go inside.
Just getting to the doorway.
Nice.
and he goes in.
And he,
This is a little different than the first time he went in. First time, it seemed like he had the people look different. There was a dude who says, he says, quote, The fellow was tall, taller than an Aiel, and sinewy, with shoulders too wide for his narrow waist, and skin as white as the finest paper. Pale leather straps studded with silver crisscrossed his arms and bare chest, and a black kilt hung to his knees. His eyes were too big and almost colorless, set deep in a narrow-jawed face. His short-cut, palely reddish hair stood up like a brush, and his ears, lying flat against his head, had the hint of a point at the top.
Oh boy.
He leaned towards Matt, inhaling, opening his mouth to pull in more air, flashing sharp teeth. The impression he gave was of a fox about to leap on a cornered chicken.
A fox with asthma.
Dude, this is, yeah. It's like a vampire fox or some shit.
Asthmatic fox.
It's like a vampire fox. Like, looks like David Bowie, kind of. Like, you know, Aladdin Sane era with that, like.
Okay.
red
Yeah.
Fucking, that's what I was imagining.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, totally asexual.
Yeah.
Matt, it's clear that Matt can't tell if he's talking Old Tongue or not. It says, quote, he wondered if he was speaking the Old Tongue again. It was uncomfortable not knowing, not being able to tell. That's weird. That's almost like Tower of Babel stuff, where anything you said would be interpreted by those who hear it, as if you were speaking their tongue.
Yeah.
He doesn't know whether he's speaking Common or Old Tongue. And
what do you guys all think about Matt and the Old Tongue? Like, up until now, what are your thoughts on Matt and this whole Old Tongue thing? Like, why is he knowledgeable in this way? What do you think is going on?
I just assumed he was like able to. Oh, sorry, Todd. Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, we haven't heard from you.
You go.
Okay?
Yeah, your turn, Kay.
Kay
Yeah.
Hey, Sadai.
Too sweet. Thank you. I thought he was always just kind of like absorbed it from an old, life, like reincarnation, like he just knew this kind of thing. But that's a weird thing to think because that's not how we work, really. There's some stuff, I guess, that can get passed down, like certain traits, right? That we kind of do, like in our world, but I don't think that's really how it works. And
Well,
the
blood of Manetheren. Do you think it's tied to anything like that?
I think it's
sure, yeah.
Okay. But Rand and Perrin do not know it. Egwene thinks she should understand words, but doesn't. Matt seems pretty fluent. Matt's dreaming in Old Tongue.
Speaks that shit. Yeah.
It's one of three things. Four things? Three things?
Oh, good.
Five.
You're bringing
I
up,
have
Josh.
the final answer.
This is my thoughts. Blood of Manetheren. Sure. Being the person who blew the horn.
Ooh, okay.
Right.
The transfer. Okay, and this is again me still having my theory that I don't know if it's right or not. But the transfer of knowledge that happened between Mordith and Matt via the dagger and
There's a lot going
what
on
went
there.
down in Shadow Logoth when. Like the same reason, presumably, that Matt has holes in his memory, right? It's because room had to be made for Mordeth to come into Matt, and that was done by erasing his memory. That's my theory.
Okay. Yes,
That's a good one.
amazing. You need
This
a
is
blog,
like-
bro.
No, this is great because I think Matt is like such a amazing character at this point. He's so complex. There's so many things happening just with what Josh was
He's
saying.
way more
like,
complex. You're right. Like way more than
I remember he met with Aelfin, and they called him the Son of Battles.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that?
Wait,
That
what
was
Trickster,
the other.
Gambler,
Those were the
Sonic-
other alien city, Matt.
Yeah. Before, which is funny because they said go to Ridian, which is I want to ask you guys, were they just basically like sending him to another like division of the company? He's like, yeah, we don't
let me put you on hold.
deal with that. Like, yeah, go to that department.
I mean, the die and to live again.
They're
The
like,
die
"Dude,
and to
that's
live
above
again
our
sure
pay
looks
grade."
like that.
Like,
This is the wrong
to this-
department, son of battles. Go to
Go to this
Ridian,
one.
Trickster. Go, Gambler. Go.
they're like,
I mean,
"Oh,
the
this
fact
guy's
that they
trouble."
see him die and come back to life seems to indicate that they saw that he traversed this other gateway and was hung.
So this is the
Because that's what they told him to die, go
To
to
be-
die, and then live again, right?
to die and live again.
And then and then he does.
To die and then so what exactly did they I can look up what exactly they
I mean, he repeats it right
Yeah.
here: to die and to live again. He quotes them
Ooh.
in his memory,
and also the daughter of the 9 moons.
right?
All right,
Daughter
so
of the
yeah,
Man
Kayla Taibara says
Kayla.
when reading this, I thought it was Manethrin blood, but I really like that Mordeth theory. Yes,
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
But I mean, we do see that he has that vision of him being the general leading the battle at Manethrin too, right? So
Wait, who?
Matt,
Matt does. Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
in that
That's not
italicized passage from
Uh-huh,
a few books ago.
When he's like, the
Um,
smell of the battle, so and so took a spear. Yeah, he totally was living a battle.
how are you, the YouTuber formerly known as a Geeky Hippie, doing this new font? This is amazing. I love it.
What?
That
Look at
font
that,
is
look at that! Look at that
pretty-
font!
Pretty much the bestest font I've ever seen.
All right, and Mandarb's asking, did he die?
Oh yeah, I think he did actually, because like
Oh, I mean, he
'Cause-
stopped breathing at least.
Well,
But
Rand-
maybe he just
yeah.
like somewhere
No.
else.
yeah, like Rand didn't feel a pulse and he stopped breathing, and then Rand brought him back to life.
Right. Yeah.
To,
But
He
was
gave him first. He gave him first aid.
Was he like mostly that?
All right, so actually, now let's talk about this. Great question. Does he actually die, though? What are the ramifications of that? Dan, pay attention.
Sorry, I
in
was doing-
in
I was doing
regards to
CPR.
his connection with the horn, if he dies, he's not connected to the horn. Correct?
This is such a
So
great
he,
like.
he really.
All right,
he
so
really
did he
could have
actually
died,
die, or
but
if he
he's
dies,
still
he's not connected to the horn?
We don't know
Sweet.
if he's connected.
Maybe he's relinquished his connection.
Oh.
How long do you have to be dead to be dead?
just like at
According to
one-
the Princess Bride, I think.
I mean,
like,
if you,
no.
yeah, he's mostly
You
dead.
know, he's
True
mostly-
love.
yeah, until
Yeah,
you say
what is-
true love, and then you come back, right?
The only thing you can do is
Is that what
all
Billy
dead is
Crystal
check his
said?
pockets for spare change.
He was mostly dead, I think.
So Matt meets these fox-like people.
Not all dead.
They are not what he was used to. He like starts asking questions and they don't really respond. The only time they respond is she says, "Speak by the ancient treaty, hear the agreement made. What is your need? Speak." He asks questions. He's like, "You're supposed to answer nothing. He says, quote, "I have no intention of marrying, and I have no intention of dying either, whether I'm supposed to live again or not. I walk around with these holes in my memories, holes in my life, and you stare at me like idiots. If I had my way, I would want these holes filled, but at least answers to my questions might fill some of my future. You have to answer."
Done.
Men growled and Matt blinked. Again, he says, "Done? What was done? What does he mean?"
I think we
Burn
need to
your
drink
eyes.
every time.
Burn your soul. You are as bad as Aes Sedai. Well, I want a way to be free of Aes Sedai and the power, and I want to be away from you and back to Meridian if you will not answer me. Open the door and let me. Done. Another man said, and then a woman echoed, "Done."
Fucking done.
Uh,
They say
Get out of
fool. They start saying fool. Wise to ask leave taking when when you set no price, no terms. So apparently, it is wise to one of the things say, "Let me get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Because she says, "Hey, it's wise that you asked to leave because you didn't set the terms. Yet fool not to first agree on price. We will set the price." They spoke so quickly he could not tell which said what. "What was asked will be given. The price will be paid." "Burn you," he shouted. "What are you talking?" Under darkness closed around him, there was something around his throat. He could not breathe. Air he could not.
Dun dun dun.
So what's up with these fox people?
They live in
What
another
did
world
we
that's
learn here?
twisted in on itself. I mean, this is another world of non-linear reality, right? I mean, he like looks back after traversing the hallway and sees where he entered and that they hadn't moved, and then
But they also have an ancient treaty, just like the other world,
right.
with the
Right, and there's
no
also
instruments, no instruments, no light,
Light
right.
sources, no metal, no iron.
music. Yeah, no iron. Yeah.
no
exactly.
Iron Maiden, fucking.
What do we think of that? I mean, these are similar requirements. It's like you
Presumably
have
that
to
these
do this
races
called a ride.
are somehow related. Maybe, like they're obviously not the same since they don't look the same, but maybe they're both susceptible to the same things, to being.
Is it the same universe then? Do they know each other? Do you think?
I think that the first. What did you call the first ones, Ryan?
The
Snake
Aelfin?
The Aelfin. The Aelfin seem to know about these aliens insofar as they tell Matt he's about to experience what he experiences, right? And they see the future. They can take the essence of someone and see their whole life laid out before them. But maybe what happens on the other side of this doorway is opaque to them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they just saw that he was dead hanging in the tree and don't know
They don't know the
about
whole
what
story.
happens on the other side of the redstone doorway, right?
Like
So-
everything. Everybody's able to predict like these vague futures, but they don't really
Well,
know. Like,
what I love to think about on my free time when I'm not thinking about Pamela Anderson is what does it mean that there is like a race of people who are a doorway away who have some sort of like understanding of time continuums, future and past.
right? That's
Like,
great.
what does
Because
that
their
mean?
worlds are folded. So if
Yeah,
we think
get
about
into
the
it,
Wheel
tell
of
me.
Time, I mean, if you think about the Wheel of Time as a literal, or as like a
Yeah.
hyper reality, right? Above and outside of which our reality is happening within. It's possible that there are other worlds adjacent to the wheel that are not in line with it, right? But instead kind of look from the side into the wheel, right? And therefore can see what we experience as linear time in a different way.
But what does that? Okay, but what does that say about? Okay.
Well, let me. Ryan,
Yeah, it's
so,
you've also
That's
said
great.
like you brought up the reference historically of the things being closer to the spoke. Like if you're closer to the spoke, things are moving faster. If
Yeah, I
you're
think that if this is the wheel spinning, these worlds are outside of it, looking in, as opposed to
okay.
experiencing or moving down and up the spoke towards
Wow.
the center.
So they can observe it more and kind of like study it and like.
And that's why their worlds are
manipulate
cyclical
it.
or non-linear in nature, right?
So what are these?
That's what Matt experiences
Uh-huh.
would
traversing
you relate
them.
so, like Greek mythology, would you say they are like the Fates, those three sisters, or no?
yeah, what is that
Are they
again?
part of the pattern? Are they?
Ooh, I like this idea. They live on the wheel's hub.
Ooh, nice.
I like that, Kayla.
So they're not like.
Yeah.
on
not
like the
even-
side of the hub. Yeah.
They're not even spinning really. They're kind of like
Yeah, they're not even spinning. So my question is, what did they get out of this arrangement?
To feed on their energy, on their memories.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what we thought about the elephant.
Mm-hmm. And what do you guys think of this? What's the big
especially-
difference between these people and the other ones, besides what they look like? Like, what's their function?
What do these do? They give what you ask for,
Yeah.
right? As opposed to answering questions that you have about your future.
And then there's price. They want price, and like there's prices you have to pay. Oh yeah, that's the way the other world is too. I guess, right?
Pay the price. Yeah. No, but like, yeah, this one like seems like grant like requests, and the other one like grants like answers and questions. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
So what do you recognize as being the 3 requests that Matt asked for?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
one
so
was
let's list them.
one was wants to be free of the Aes Sedai and the power, right?
Okay.
And they're like,
Which is the trinket that they give him, the like necklace or the whatever it is.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait,
They give him like a pendant.
Whoa.
Wait, who gives him the
Hi,
pendant?
Kay.
When he wakes up, he's wearing like a
I think that's
pendant.
I think that's the next chapter. Right. That's next week's show. Right, Dan?
Nope, it's this week's.
Oh, we get there? Okay, no, we're good. Okay, yeah. He
Yeah,
wakes
we
up.
get there.
Yeah, and he has
That's
a
right.
medallion. Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
has a
yeah,
pendant on his neck.
Oh yeah, he has the.
So
medallion.
your idea
I knew
is that's gonna free him.
I was trying to map them, the 3 things that he has, that he brings back to the questions he asks.
So you think the
I
pendant?
had an idea about it. Maybe when we get to it, it'll come back to me. I don't
Well,
remember.
no,
off the top
like
of my
just
head.
go for it. Like the pendant frees him from the Aes Sedai. Like we're at the predictions right now. What do you think?
I don't remember the rest of them.
And then I want to be away from you and back in Ruidian.
Right. So
Right.
they,
There was
they
so
hang him.
there was one saying I want my memories filled.
Oh, my
Alright.
memory's filled.
One saying I want to be back in Meridian, and one saying I want to be free of the Aes Sedai.
So what did they
Oh,
fill
yeah,
his
you missed
memories
one.
with? I wonder. His own memories? Other people's memories?
That's it. That's a great question. Yeah.
There was no bargain made.
You know, I never thought about this, but like, if he didn't ask for that second one, would he have just died there?
Yeah, they just would have killed him.
Right.
Good question.
Turned him
Like,
in.
if he said,
Didn't
like,
he
if I wanna-
realize that their leather is made from human flesh?
Yeah,
That's the implication.
What?
Leather.
Yeah,
Right.
he realizes that their pale leather is tanned
Super
from human
dirty.
flesh.
I didn't.
Super.
No, I didn't notice that.
You didn't notice that?
Well, I'm
super.
busy, bro.
Bro,
I'm-
busy.
Running the whole show. No, I didn't. I missed that. That's amazing. Did anybody else in chat?
Yeah, I picked up on that.
I saw that too. Yeah.
I picked up. It
and
was
I'm
very.
looking-
Yeah. So yeah.
It was made very clear, Ryan. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, I know, right? Right, Todd? We're like,
You know what? You know what?
It was
You know
kind of
what?
clear to us too.
Yeah.
But like, I really hope it was clear to all these people that are fucking reading
Yeah.
20.
Just
It
'cause
says,
I'm-
okay, here's the line. It says, the fellow started, pale eyes widening, then shrugged and adjusted the silver-studded straps across his chest. His mocking smile
Silver-studded.
seemed tailored to draw attention to what he was doing. Suddenly, Matt found himself wondering where that pale leather came from. Surely not. Oh, light.
Oh, light.
I think it is. He managed to stop himself from swallowing, but only just. Oh, you got. That's probably a. All right. Here's.
So I'm imagining
Drinking
the
up
style
beers.
of this, like this
Oh,
is like
cheers.
He
some
managed to
style.
stop himself swallowing, but only just. So
Yeah.
And
that's-
what if it was just like only from circumcised penises?
It could be. We never.
It just
All
the
right, we might need to
foreskins.
Take a break. I don't understand.
What?
There's derailing and then there's derailing. Circumcised penis.
All right, yeah. I mean, we are at break time though, right? I'm feeling it.
It's like 8:30, bro.
Halfway.
Yeah, I mean,
point.
so is there anything else we wanted to mention about this chapter before we move on to it?
I think the road
Yeah.
to the spear is clear.
Or
And
say
how
again?
Road to the Spears is clear. How badass is Matt though? He just he goes into these situations and he doesn't acquiesce ever. He just like
Yeah, he's
always-
like calling him. He's like totally shit talking to him.
yeah,
The
I know
aliens
it's
in that other world.
he's like burn you. He's like all the time. It's
I
so
love
funny.
Matt. I'm really loving Matt. Like Todd was saying earlier, this is such a different type of Matt than we've seen. And I like how I really personally love how his character is developing into just this, I don't know, different than I expected. And even with like certain things that are sometimes somewhat spoilery, when you kind of like when you go places and you see people in like a Matt costume and you're like, what the fuck are you wearing a cowboy hat for? I don't know what that's about still. I'm excited to learn. I really am waiting for that. I've been anticipating this, Ryan knows, for a very long time. I don't know. We're still not there. I still don't feel like I know what the fucking cowboy outfit is about because we don't. But
Oh yeah, Matt's,
right?
he's
Do
a
we?
crazy.
We don't.
Not yet.
Anyway, but it feels like we're getting there, and that's pretty exciting to me. So, yeah, I like Matt's development. That's all I'm trying to say. I just had to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very complex.
I really do love it. It's very
feel like-
complex.
I feel like
He's a
Matt is
hero.
the coin.
Yep.
Go ahead, Todd.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he's like a
is
coin.
the
You flip
coin.
him.
Oh,
He's flipped,
Josh.
and like you get a different Matt
swear to
each
God.
time.
Swear to
you know?
God, Josh.
You get like the
Wow.
heroic Matt, or you get the scoundrel Matt. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
depending on the flip.
One
you
side
get.
is
Brokeback
douchebag,
Standing on the foot.
and the other side is loyal friend, right?
Yeah,
He's kind of like Han Solo in a way. I think
cute. Yeah.
All right, go
Han
on.
Solo, dude. Like Matt, I thought about Matt,
So
and I get reminded of like Han Solo, you know, because like Princess Leia is always calling him a scoundrel, and he's he's like always like talking shit about the Force. I'm like, oh, fucking Luke, dude, the fucking Force. It's like, dude, a blaster's
Oh,
gonna.
fucking Luke, dude. You know what? Actually, that
Blaster's way better than
track
Force.
with the first one. But then
But who is Matt's Chewie?
Ooh.
Aaron, obviously, he's all furry.
Aram.
He's an animal.
All right.
what did you say?
Hairy hippie. Aram, the hairy hippie.
Perrin's
Oh,
a
yeah.
hairy dude.
Oh,
so he's
Perrin.
Chewbacca.
Perrin.
Was it- Oh, Perrin. I thought you said Aram.
Perrin. No. Perrin is the Wookiee.
Okay, Perrin's
He's a
the
Wookiee.
Wookiee.
He is a Wookiee. Oh my god.
Sweet. No. Oh,
He's
well,
like a
they're
hairy
apparently-
Wookiee.
So I guess they'd have to be like there would be many Wookiees and then many roles. So that might okay,
might work.
fine, Josh.
I like it.
Fine. I'll give it to you. Like
We
and
got it all here,
subscribe.
folks.
1,
We talk
2,
about
3.
Star Wars.
Todd, smile. All right. Done.
Hope I got it in there. Shit.
All right,
What
well,
we got
let's
here
go
in
and
this
take a break,
conversation?
and
Star
then,
break?
and then we'll get into Rand entering his hallucination trip. All these guys, I think they ate mushrooms before they entered the fog, and they're just on their own trips, right? They're just
I know. Rand has like a
Sometimes-
2-chapter trip.
The only way.
psilocybined out.
Psilocybin out.
Peyote from the desert.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, enjoy.
My butterfly.
This is a 10 minutes.
Hello.
Hello.
Here we are.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Have any of you ever watched the Marvel series Loki?
Oh no, I haven't. I've watched WandaVision though.
WandaVision?
I
Yeah.
watched WandaVision too. What did you think?
I didn't really like WandaVision that much, but Loki I can highly recommend. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Brazil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Terry Gilliam.
It
Yeah,
definitely
Terry
has some
Gilliam, yeah.
Terry Gilliam vibes, and some really interesting mind fuck sort of world weaving with time and stuff. It's pretty good.
I love mind fucking.
I love my fucking.
Who doesn't?
I'll be
Benjamin
your
Reno,
friend.
MaTsDaGgerX, Geeky Hippie, Glenn. Okay, yeah, a lot of people.
I want to watch that
Okay, it's
though.
amazing. Let's look.
Definitely recommend it.
Wait,
Oh,
do I
dear
have to
God.
watch
Did
all of
someone
Thor,
say my fucking-
all the Thor movies though, to like?
No, it's not that integrated. I mean, it doesn't hurt to have the backstory of where Loki comes from, but
Let's go.
Makes it that much.
Hey,
Makes it that much
watch
more
out
difficult.
for the dragons. They'll burn you up. BR. And BR Ben Butler is partaking. Thank you, my friend. Enjoy.
Puff, puff, pass, bitch.
Papa pass. Yeah, let's do it. All right, so guys, we are on chapter 25, The Road to the Spear. The Road to the Spear. This has Rand entering the columns, the Terangriel columns. He sees Couladin's brother, Muradin. Oh, Ryan.
What?
Pronounce this.
Oh, you're.
I think it's about time.
Oh,
really?
okay. Give me a second.
Pronounce
Are you
this.
ready? Yeah, no, well, yeah.
We'll get there. Hold on.
No way.
Yeah, get prepped. But we do have Rand. He sees Muradin there. Our first drinking obligation of this chapter is the sentence taken out of context. Stiff and still, something was happening.
it does seem like Robert Jordan has moved his mind from his little head up to his big head in these chapters.
Are you saying he's gotten
something was happening though?
more intelligent or less intelligent? Then?
Just less penis jokes and obsession.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, he's
We got a
got more
couple.
important business. He's like, I
There's a
got.
couple.
We've only had one
Everybody.
drinking obligation and we got all the way through a chapter. That is rare.
That's
Those are
rare,
big
and yeah. Let me see. I think I underlined.
oh,
Good point.
drinking
Good point,
obligation.
yeah.
There
There's
is another one in
large-
this chapter.
Girthy chapter.
Oh well. Hey
Girthy.
now.
Hey, don't
hey.
you start plushing puppets just because I
Guys,
said girthy.
it's time. It is time for what is sweeping the nation, where our first-time readers are asked to.
Pronounce
We
this.
have Shantini who actually has.
No,
the
Ryan,
correct-
pronounce dis.
Oh, what?
What up, though?
Pronounce D's.
Thank you,
These.
Joshua. Pronounce this.
Pronounce Dees.
Pronounce this.
All right, who's going first?
You go
Oh.
first, Todd.
Mandian.
All right. Okay.
Mandian.
And Josh.
Mandian.
All right. So we got consensus. Everyone.
Yes, BR, I do believe you're. Cut me off.
Mundane.
Oh,
Oh,
Mundane.
you guys, you
This
guys.
is not mundane.
Mundane.
This is not the word mundane. I'm sorry, Shantini. I
Mundane.
love you. This is not
In this
mundane.
world, it is
Mundane.
Mundane.
Dane. Dane.
Mundane.
No.
yeah.
No,
So you
I
guys
don't.
Uh,
This is the first
Nope.
one I have to
Nope.
disagree with.
You guys are no.
I would like
you're
to
you're
challenge
clearly just
the
wrong and just.
pronunciation.
Oh, this is
Obviously, I'm wrong
Hey, Ryan,
because
Ryan,
Shantini says
this is not
and
the way.
Shantini's
says.
always right.
Ryan,
So I get
Ryan,
that, but like,
Ryan
I
is-
am challenging this.
Ryan, is the Lions' run defense is it complex or is it?
It's mundane.
It might be right.
Oh,
That
It might
I
be
didn't want it. I didn't want you. I wanted
It
her.
might be super
Or is it?
mundane.
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 All right, there you go. All right.
Oh, shit, we're missing- all right, wait, it's going back. All right. Hey.
Nobody likes it.
Pronounce this.
That's us.
would you say? Oh.
All right.
Saldre. I hear it differently in my.
Oh, okay.
Commit.
So I
Commit.
being
Give
assertive as
us
always.
one
Commit.
answer.
Saldere is what my.
So
Saldere.
it's three Saldere. It's.
I don't want
all
to
right.
say it that way, but that's
Try it again.
actually how it. Okay, Saldre.
Okay. Todd.
Saldra.
Saldra.
Yeah.
Josh.
Say Aldra. That's how I hear it. That's how it's my headcanon too.
Fuck off. Fuck you both.
Saldre,
Kiss each other.
Saldra,
Leave me
and
alone.
Saldre. All right.
Okay.
All right. So
Say Aldra.
Johnson
Yeah.
says.
Chancey says.
Se aldra.
Ooh, you got it, Josh.
Se aldra.
I kind of got it.
Very. That's.
Josh cheats.
Se aldra.
Should
All
I
right.
be aroused right
Right?
now, Ryan?
Josh talks to
Well,
Chauncey all the
yeah,
time.
well,
I know
with
it.
We're all aware that
I hacked Ryan's computer and stole the audio file.
Yeah.
Hey, all forms of group.
knew it.
I'm on the
I called
Thank
it
you.
Ukrainian
Saldre.
IT
Thank you for just being
volunteer
honest.
committee.
This is like
That's all we ever asked
polyamory for nerds.
Shit. We don't ask for polyamory,
All right.
we ask
They
for.
are.
Pronounce this. Oh. Whoa.
Josh, you go first.
Sharendian.
Sharendi.
Josh with all the answers.
Okay.
Sure, that one's wrong.
What did Josh say? Charendian? Charendon. 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 Charendon?
Shrendin.
You gotta pick one. You can't.
Nice.
What's the
Dang it.
last one? I'm sorry.
She's like, here's the spectrum.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Pick one.
Pick one.
Okay. Gather. Charendon.
Charendon. All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Shrendin.
And Totems.
Sharendin. I like that. Sharendin, yeah.
All right. Chancey says.
Yes, he said.
Harindin.
You guys are Charendin.
Dean.
All
Yeah.
right. Are you feeling the burn?
Din.
Are you feeling the burn? Do it again.
Harindin. Harindin.
Oh, it's a
Harindin.
swallowed
Harindin.
C.
Charendin.
Yes, it is. Is that a drinking obligation, Josh? Is it a swallowed C?
Ooh.
All right,
Hey, man.
I'm down.
Oh,
You
yeah,
swallow
yeah.
the C
I
in
mean,
this
like,
pronunciation.
it's been a while since we had one of those.
We just had one. Not,
All right. All right. Pronounce this. So,
Oh gosh, I ate my wig. That was gross.
pronounce this. Oh, here it comes.
Roderick. All I can see is Roderick.
What'd you call me?
Roderick.
That's right.
Todd.
Roderick.
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 Sean says,
Roderick.
Roderick.
Rory.
Yeah.
Roderick.
Rory.
I think I think you got it right
Yes.
on the nose.
Roderick.
Roderick.
Rory.
Roderick.
Ro.
All right.
Well, I don't.
We got a
think I
few
it.
more, so let's
Pronounce this.
do them. Yeah. Whoop.
This is this is sweeping the nation.
Okay, you first.
Giordam.
Giordam. Josh.
Jordan.
Giordam.
Yeah.
All right.
Geodom.
All right. So
Pronounce this.
It's going to be Jordan. I bet.
Jordan.
Okay. Well done, contestants.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going. Pronounce this.
hey guys, what's this?
Okay. Ooh. Is that
Multiple
all right?
things first.
All right, Totems.
Get on.
Get it on.
Year
You
on.
know.
Get it on.
Get
Get it on.
Get
Get it on.
Get on.
22
It is beer.
positions in
Yeah,
a
I
one
think
night
it is
stand.
also.
Garon.
There
Let
you
a
go.
woman be a woman and a man be a man.
Garon. All right, Josh,
Iran.
get on. All right.
No G. Iran.
Whoa.
Like a Y sound.
Get on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good
Ooh,
one.
it's oh, okay.
You're on.
Silent G.
And Chansony says
Kearan.
you're wrong. It
Yeah.
rhymes with you're wrong.
Yeah.
I think Johnson's one.
Kearan.
All right,
Yeah.
get on. You're wrong.
Yeah.
All right,
on.
pronounce this.
This. Guys, listen.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, you go first. No, wait.
I always get the
lost
hard
it.
ones
Wait,
first.
yeah.
All right, here we go.
Can I see it again, please?
All right, Todd, you go first.
Oh.
Kay, you're going first next.
Elijah.
Next one's not hard, probably.
Elijah.
Elijah.
Alicia.
Jesus, I got horny just hearing you say that. That's the first. That was the first time your voice has really
Alicia Field.
done it for me.
It could
All
be
right.
like Elijah or Elijah. Elijah.
So what are you thinking?
Fuck, I have to commit. Okay. Elijah.
Alicia.
Okay.
Ha. All right, I like that. 4
Alicia.
syllables. Alicia.
Aliha.
Aliha and Alicia. And Aliha.
And Chansony says
Alicia.
All right, you got it, Todd.
I think I got, yeah. Thanks, Sean City.
all right, I think we got a couple more. We at least 2 more.
Couple more. Yeah, come on.
Something
Pronounce
going
this.
on with Chansony. This is not fair, it seems.
Pronounce this.
Okay.
Migraine. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what
No,
you give
I
me
mean,
every
kinda-
morning,
I
lady.
mean, kind of like it's a sinus more than a migraine.
More than, gosh.
All right,
You
Tana.
know water too, so Brother Dan, you get it.
I'll go with Ma'igran.
Okay, Maigiran and Joshua.
Migran.
My and Chansony says
Migran.
Migraine.
Adan.
It is a migraine.
no.
Stop her!
Madame migraine.
She's a runaway train. All right, let's move on, Dan. That's been pronounce this.
Pronounce this, chapter 25. Well done, guys. I think you guys killed it. And there was a lot of names because we are going through. Would you guys say that this is so? What?
This is Deuteronomy of the Book of the Wheel of Time.
So is it Rand's genealogy?
No, it's
What?
Deuteronomy.
What?
Is it Rand's Deuteronomy? Yeah. Well, let me ask. Let me say this:
multi.
is Muradin seeing the exact same shit that Rand?
Oh, I
is
was asking. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
I think so.
Or is he
Yeah.
seeing his own family's lineage?
Isn't
Or
Rand
is
seeing
this
it?
just, or are they all just seeing the same movie?
So it's like tailored to each mind.
Yeah,
That's
what do you
crazy.
think?
Could be.
I mean,
possibly.
I assumed that it was all the same, that it's like layers of an onion. And we're reading back through the chapters, the annals of Aiel history. But yeah, I guess it could be Rand's clan that he is experiencing. I mean, I hadn't thought about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like to think of someone like following my lineage through Ruidian, and all of a sudden they just find me like doing YouTube videos in my garage, and then and they like go crazy.
And then they're clawing their eyes out.
and they're like,
They're like, that's my grandfather. Ah!
Why is the production quality so low?
Josh, what is that? I'm sorry. That was some really loud music right now.
Wait, what? What?
What was
Wow.
That's
Wow. Oh, I'm full of hatred. Follow the way to leave.
Those were Ryan. Those were heart-shaped arrows that stabbed you 4 or 5 times in the back. Right
Yeah, this is like a Greek tragedy.
but they were love arrows.
Cupid's love arrows.
Yeah, they were
Fuck yeah, whatever. Like love hurts, right?
HERTZ.
Down
constructive, Ryan.
Down it.
Right?
wasn't saying-
Yeah, I didn't know this was a roast.
Hey,
Like I built
you're not-
I built a platform, and
Just
it's
because you're in
apparently
your garage
it's
now
apparent-
doesn't mean that
What?
this is the low production quality.
Hey! This platform is now my funeral pyre.
Let me light the match.
Yeah, I know. You shot the arrow, the flaming arrow, from a distance. All right. Yeah. All right. Everyone loves me, and everyone hates you, Josh. So don't worry about it.
everyone hates
Hey,
you,
someone's
and
got to
everyone
be the
loves me.
straight man that everyone hates. Okay, one of us has to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the absurd would seem too real.
I love how
that
Paul's
you
just
ground
real.
us. It really actually works very well.
It's like this.
Every war needs a Putin.
That's a cool book, actually. Can you put that closer, Kay? I
Oh,
don't
you
think
got a
I've
nice
seen-
paperback.
Yeah.
I like that art.
I
I
haven't
like that
seen
art
that.
way better than
I've
mine.
not seen that before. I don't
That's
think.
super flamboyant.
So I have this fabulous situation from
A situation?
situation that I'd love to forget. So
Yes.
I'm very happy to have this little situation. Look at that.
Art's way
Memories.
All right, so let's get to Rand. Let's get to Rand if we can. Rand,
Let's do
he sees Muradin there, and Ryan and people. I did try to do as many of the faces that I could possibly do as Muradin is experiencing his own existential trip.
I thought you were
It
doing
starts
that,
off that
Dan.
he was stiff and still. Something was happening, but Muradin is wait. Hold on, wait. It was eyes wide and staring, face tight, mouth quivering on the brink of a snarl.
Oh, it's perfect.
So he's
You're
on the
right.
brink of a snarl.
Perfect.
On a brink of snow. Not a snow.
Mandian is he is riding up. There's a procession that's coming out of Viridian, and Rand is in Mandian's face. He is experiencing everything Mandian's face experiences. Whatever his eyes see, whatever his mouth tastes, whatever his nose smells.
Wait, there's something really cool that happens right there, though. And I'll just
Talk
touch
to
on
me.
it briefly. It's where he says separateness faded, because like Rand is still Rand, thinking Rand thoughts.
Right, and then he becomes one with Mandine.
Separateness faded. That's a great way to put that. God damn it.
Right?
I was just reading that, and I was just like, oh my god, that's so cool. Anyways, we carry on.
So, the Gen had made things to draw up water and spill it into the Great Stone Basins. So even at this first stage, there's technology beyond the technology that our present world as the story has, right? And as we progress further and further back in time, we get more into like what we saw in the flashback in
Yep.
the TV show of these
Yep.
like
Flying, like yeah.
flying vehicles and
What it,
you know
High tech. Yep.
our
higher
norm readers called them. They said they look like paper airplanes.
I mean, to that point, is that what we are seeing? We are seeing what was occurring in like the glorious age.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it like, again, like an onion. Like, the closer you get to the heart, the further you get back to the origin, closer to the origin moment. And that each progressive layer, each step forward, brings you further into the past
Yeah,
And
and we hear them
Right.
talking about the breaking.
And
then
we
Rand-
see
oh,
that
yeah.
these are we know that like the people who are in the first chapters are the descendants of the folks we meet next, essentially. Sons
That's
or clansmen,
so
or
awesome.
we see the younger self.
But
of
you
the
don't think it
person.
starts for Rand? You think it's just a random family lineage?
Well, that's a
I
great
wish I
question.
could read my notes better.
I don't
Let me-
know if we know. I mean, you all know who Rand's lineage is in terms of the names, presumably, of who his father and mother was, and whether or not they're related to these people. We don't have that
I
information.
know. Yeah, so
Well,
far
no.
it's like
This is nowhere near Rand's mother and father. This starts off pretty far back, I would think. This isn't
it's yeah.
just a one generation ago.
Well, he jumped.
is-
Yeah, there's a jump.
This is when the first thing is seeing Ruidian, but without the fog,
Right.
Correct.
and still being
So how far
constructed,
back
right?
is it?
So
How far back do you think we've gone?
That's what I
1,000
don't
years.
know.
If the
Okay.
breaking was
3,000.
3,000 ago, maybe this is 1,000 ago, 1,500.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But what's crazy to think
That's
about?
not where you think we've gone so far.
No,
Like in
well,
all of our chapters, in up to 26.
no.
No, the
No?
breaking of the world, meaning like
When
the beginning
when,
of the third age.
yeah,
when
yeah.
all the people turn mad.
The male Aes Sedai all went crazy, broke the world. This is Loose Theron, like went crazy, made Dragonmount. After
Yeah, but
that,
that's already like established, right?
yeah.
so-
So
Right, but
we're seeing.
experience it from different eyes.
We're seeing the Aiel's history
Aiel's
heading
history,
back
right.
towards that moment
Yeah,
Yeah.
as we traverse towards the heart, right?
yeah.
Right.
which is from the building of Ruidia.
Uh-huh.
Ruidian.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Am I missing something?
What's your
No,
I'm not
question?
sure.
Honey,
What's your question? Yeah.
I thought
we're
that
trying
we
to
were
figure
all
out
in
where this
agreement
is.
of like when this is, like when he's going back. So when he goes back in time, where are we exactly? When are we exactly?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to
my
establish.
guess
Yeah.
was about
Okay.
1,000
My guess was
years
1,000 to
You're
1,500
like
years
1,000
ago.
years- Okay. So we're
Yeah.
not like all the way back to. Isn't
Not
the
yet.
breaking of the world 3,000?
3,000. You're right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so
yeah.
we're covering maybe
Yeah.
500 to 1,000 years in Rand's visions also.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we
it's
start
like-
halfway back and then we go another 1,000 years.
Do you think we're gonna just continue going back in time until he reaches that point?
Well, he does
We
reach
did.
the end.
Okay. But
Well, that's the question. Does he reach the end, or does he get distracted by Matt hanging from a tree?
Oh.
He
Oh, so he coulda went further.
notices-
Thank you.
That's my question. Could he have gone back further?
Well, we could reach that.
I mean, yeah, we'll get to that. Right now, he is what's his name? Mandian. Mandian is walking, and there's a dude named Derman who comes down, and they are part of the Gen Aiel. So when I say Gen Aiel, and I'll ask you, Todd, first, what are your understanding of that term after these two chapters?
I think that's related to the wise ones somehow,
Ooh, okay, nice. Okay.
where they don't have weapons, and they're.
Nice. Yeah, yeah,
I
nice.
think so. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know.
Okay. Okay. What, Josh?
You-
When I say Jen, I'm sorry. Go on, Todd. But then, Josh. Yeah. Well, let's talk about Jen for a minute. Keep going, Todd.
Yeah, the wise ones, I think, are somehow related to the Gen Aiel from the last chapter. Before, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Hard stop.
I think
Go,
that
Josh.
the Tuathuan are the descendants of the Gen Aiel.
Right. I was gonna go there, but I didn't know we were gonna like get into it.
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Total.
I think
yeah,
that so
total Jen.
the way I see it is there was this fracture in the Aiel culture, and
Yeah.
those who wanted to fight back, not without the sword, but using force became the Aiel.
Good
And-
night, Kayla.
Right.
The
Good night,
Gen essentially those who
They're like
the Gen who wanted to at that moment wanted to find the song left, and the rest of the Gen died. Therefore, the remaining Gen are the Tuathuan, who follow
Oh, right.
the way of the leaf. That's how I read it, and maybe I'm wrong about that.
No, right on. I would say that you are definitely on the right. Yeah, you are on the right path for sure.
Well,
And are there
I don't
still
even
Gen
wanna
alive? I don't
That
know.
was-
That's
Yeah.
who I think.
Well, it's
That's who I think the
fascinating.
wise ones are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Still, like the wise ones are like offshoots of the.
Tuatha.
they don't use weapons, right?
Because they have to give up the spear to become a wise one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Or is that
what I was
like?
thinking.
Could that be like a remnant of their history that they don't even understand? Like an unconscious remnant, like the wise ones feel like right, like the idea of no weaponry.
Well, the fact that the wise ones go into Ruidian, and Ruidian is
Yeah,
the city
you're
of
right.
the Gen, makes sense. That goes
Or-
along with what
or
you're saying,
it-
Todd.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, there's so many things going on. Like, so everyone who goes into this place gets this understanding. So what do we think people are experiencing? And so, like, we do know that some people go into the columns and don't come back, right?
Yeah, it was like 1 in 3 or something die or something like that.
All right,
Of men.
so
I mean,
women
Murder
have a
didn't
greater
make it out?
chance.
Does
But
Murder
women
make
have
it
a
out?
greater chance.
yeah, do you think Kuladin's brother, what's his name, Muradin? Do you think he makes it out?
No, he
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
dies.
It does not.
So
sound
he
like
dies.
it.
So why does he die? Is he saying the same thing Rand is, or is he saying his own family? Is it like family lineage
I think it's-
driven?
I think it's like tailored to your mind, like I was
Your
saying
mind.
earlier. Yeah, to the viewer's mind.
I don't. Okay, yeah, that's
in
interesting,
the,
Todd.
That's in the Terrio.
And Brian Corkles comes up with, wise ones do not obviously do not follow the way of the leaf. They punish harshly.
But they don't have weapons though, right? Because they
Yeah,
have
well,
to,
they have like
they have to discard all their spears and shit.
Well, there's a difference between punishing and doing violence.
we'll read and find out. Right, Dan?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
So,
Okay, but
Hey, I wanna hear what you have to say, yeah.
It's just a weird fucking thing to think. Like, read and find out if there's. What'd you just say, Josh?
I just want to hear what you have to say.
Something versus violence. What was it?
Oh, punishment.
Punishment.
Punishment versus violence.
Assigning a
like-
punishment versus doing violence yourself, to me, are different things. But
I don't know. Capital punishment seems pretty violent. Yeah. I
So
mean,
it
yeah, but if
depends on
you're
who's
not
in
doing the
charge,
capital
right?
punishment, did you do it, or did you
No,
just
no, no.
assign it?
No, you assign it. You,
All right,
you are
other
therefore
people-
responsible.
Yeah,
right?
people-
Like,
people
that's
are
just a
agreeing with
weird
me right here.
thing,
You
like,
guys are-
just- okay, fine. Read the fuck on. You got
Raffo.
it, but like,
Look at Rafa.
So this guy, when he talks to Derman, I'm
Breathe,
sorry.
Kay. Breathe.
hang
this
on, I
could be
wanna-
such a bigger conversation.
No,
Right,
it totally
right, yeah.
is. It totally is. But
Right.
this chapter is so busy, we just got to go on. But
I
like,
know.
we can have like
I get
many
it. I'm happy.
like
Let's go on.
yeah.
We're good.
Well, hang on. Before we go too much further, I mean, this idea of the gen still, like, so we see that Kuladin has a very Rigid?
rigid. Yeah.
understanding of the Aiel's values.
Uh huh.
Presumably, Muradin, along with the rest of their clan, share those views.
Safer.
so-
Yeah. Maybe it's
Let's just
Yeah.
make that assumption.
Let's
yeah,
If
read
that's
on.
the case, learning about this history, the history that Rand is learning, could easily cause one to enter a state of self-rejection. right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Definitely.
So
I think
he's
there's a lot
So-
of psychology that could go into this whole situation there. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
I go for it. Yeah, Kay.
Yeah,
No,
No,
absolutely.
it's like weird. It's
She's
weird.
agreeing
There's
with you,
a
yeah.
lot of stuff. I totally agree with you. There's a lot of things that could happen here with like understanding or not understanding everything that's happening or not happening.
No,
mean-
FartVader's giving you a. So yeah,
This
yes,
is so
yeah.
weird.
So we've heard about identity of individuals. Like we obviously see Perrin going through that, right? Like Rand going through his like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm the Dragon Reborn. What does that mean? So
They're
we've seen
all going
individual
through it.
identity. Now we're seeing like
Cultural identity.
Cultural identity.
So
right?
even
Yeah.
even if it's not if it's not tuned to their bloodline, I could easily imagine folks who do not have a malleable sense of self-worth
Yes.
to go insane and kill themselves as a product of learning about their own history as
Yes.
the ale.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
So
Love
I don't
it.
think it has to
Totally
be
agree.
related to their lineage.
Does it have to be
Oh,
tailored to
whoa.
their
Okay,
mind?
interesting.
Oh well.
So what is it? You got to hear this. Yeah, Josh. You-
Marisu, Kuladin, and Muradin.
Cooladine.
Viscerally upsetting.
Cooladine.
Oh my gosh.
Muradin.
Marisu, I say
Shicey.
viscerally
I am super
upsetting on a daily basis.
Yeah, right? Right? Yeah, just knowing Josh is like I wake up in cold sweats.
I'm viscerally upset by Josh. Everything he said.
Hey, at least I
Honestly,
affect people with an A.
God,
Yeah,
it, like
yeah.
resonates
There you go, Josh.
throughout.
Yeah, you don't affect me. I don't do anything about it. I just sit there
Josh, you
sweating.
you ruffle the feathers. Cheers, bro.
Right.
Okay, Dan, sorry. I just wanted to get that out there before we went on.
No, I love
That's a
it.
great
I love
point,
it.
Actually,
No, absolutely.
that made me
man.
like
It is great.
reconsider my thoughts. Actually,
But what do you think though? Talk about it, Todd.
no, it's a good point. You know, because I was thinking it was like tailored to each viewer's mind. You know, but like maybe it's each viewer can't like handle the truth. They can't handle the truth.
Oh,
And they
okay.
just go
Yeah.
crazy.
Can't
They're
handle
like,
the
what?
truth.
They're like, what? It's like if one of us went back and was like, oh, we killed all the Native Americans. Fuck. Like they just can't. Like yeah.
Yeah, no.
Imagine,
Yeah.
right? That's the idea. Like that's the thought.
Yeah.
That is what happens with this for me, and I think what some of Josh is saying also. Like,
Also,
well,
yeah.
for me, for sure. Like that's what I am talking about. Like this is a really weird concept to grasp, and to think that you might be responsible for such.
Who digs out their own eyes over knowledge?
All right, well, but well, let's.
Or
This
maybe-
is a bit of an overreaction.
Or maybe
wouldn't
it's
we
like,
agree?
or maybe he's like so deep IAL. He's like, oh, we didn't have weapons. We were the Tua thing. What? He like
Yeah.
can't even handle that. So
No,
he's like,
but wait. So Todd,
Really?
yeah, no. So guys, like, so
I mean, look at the symbolism of ripping your own eyes out, right? You don't want to see what you're being shown.
well,
in a literal
where,
sense.
where have we seen this prior?
With the Dark Ones punishing.
But my thoughts are when flicker after it, we see Perrin clawing like his eyes. Remember this in Flicker
Oh, I was
Flicker?
thinking it was going to be like a blight situation, but no.
Blight situation.
yeah. What
I guess I'm thinking of
Yeah.
the tongues being nailed to the door.
No, there was a Mirdraw who got nailed through his eyeballs
Okay.
to the
Okay.
door. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's where I thought you were going too, right?
No,
Ooh. Yeah.
Matt's dagger. I thought I was going for Two Girls, One Puppet,
What?
No,
which is
Two girls and one pup.
Dagger.
Puppet.
Dagger.
No, I'm sorry.
That's a different
Two-
way of saying.
Two Girls, One Puppet is my only fans account.
One cuppet.
Two
Right.
girls, one puppet. Yeah. Hello,
One puppet. Okay.
One cuppet.
we're gonna be filming that soon.
Stay tuned.
Fantastic. All right.
You and what army?
All right, so this is
Uncomfortable
it's actually
silence.
Muradin's clawing his eyes out was in reaction to a deep-seated desire to be a murderer.
Yeah, he wanted to be one of the eyeless. That's cool.
Nice, that's amazing.
Nice one.
Oh yeah.
All right,
he's a
so
dark one.
Dan, I didn't get the joke until you said it.
oh, yep. that
I was like,
There you go.
whoa,
There you go.
Glenn's going deep, and then it's just like a pun.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. So Mandian, he meets Dermon. Dermon's part of the Genial. He's like, you want to come into Rudian? You don't bring a sword? He's like, no, it's forbidden. So there's a couple lines here. It says, quote, whoever would lead among you must come to Rudian and learn where we came from and why you do not carry swords. Who cannot learn will not live. Later, there's a prophecy that he said, or a woman says, Sherendon, she says, quote, the stone that never falls will fall to announce his coming. Of the blood, but not raised by the blood, he will come from Meridian at dawn and tie you together with bonds you cannot break. He will take you back and he will destroy you.
Take you back.
Take you back. He's like, you cannot come into Meridian armed, and Mandian's like, fuck it. You guys do it, I'll do it. I don't care. Boom. Goes in and boom, back to Rand. Rand's like, what happened? He's like, oh shit. He looks up at Muradin. Muradin has a dire frown.
No, yeah. Wait, hold on.
Were you doing a dire frown?
It's like a pre-frown, right?
It's a diaphragmal frown.
It's a diaphragm.
Diaphragmatic frown.
Yeah.
A diaphragm is actually like what they use as birth control.
Great.
They're like,
Yeah.
hey, babe, you ready? Hey, do you have your diaphragm
Solid.
in?
Yeah. That meant you look like that, and then
Come
no one wanted to have sex after that.
That was funnier than you guys are acknowledging.
That was
Diaphragm?
really funny. I was on board with it, Brother Dan. I was right with you
Thank
the
you.
whole time.
Thank
I
you.
was
I'm
like,
drinking to myself.
diaphragmatic.
I don't even need y'all for me
That
to
was,
enjoy it.
that
But
was,
thank
that was
you.
hilarious.
Hey, you and I, only you and I.
You,
Hey,
me, buddy boy.
Brother Dan, let's just I want to say, let's just say we're not going to get through this. And
No, we
we're
aren't.
not going to get through the chapters.
We are too.
Well, no,
Let's-
we are already. We're already.
Let me
nowhere,
cheat.
we're
Let's go,
nowhere
go, go.
close. We're nowhere close to ending this.
Let's
It's fucking. We have 15 minutes left in a 2-hour show. I'm saying,
All
hey,
right, what do you want to do?
I mean, just like we can like at some point stop and come back. We don't have to. Like, where are we? We're the first vision, right? Oh shit! We
Whoa.
lost.
I don't know what to do with it.
Kay, are you crying?
Well, we could. You know what? I don't know, man. Like,
No.
do we have to go through all the visions?
No, we don't. We don't at all. I mean, so.
All right, we just want to be broad strokey.
Nobody
Let's
needs
do
to go
it.
through the visions. Let's do this.
I don't
shit.
know.
Who? What? Chat. What do you want?
No,
Want us
guys,
to go
tell me-
broad stroke?
well, no. We don't care about their opinion.
We
Well,
don't.
wait,
We're
broad
gonna
strokes.
go-
What do
we're
you guys
gonna
want
go
to
broad
do?
strokes.
Let's just like bang it out. Like what do you guys broad stroke thoughts about? Like what do we learn?
No, let me. All right. No, let me actually
ones,
ask
let
a
it
specific
go.
question. Let me try and be a good
Or-
host.
All right, you got it, Dan. All right,
Let me
rewind.
try and be a good As we see the progression of
Joshua.
Rand going through, what we see is a struggle more or less with the way of the leaf. And we see consequences of people following the way of the leaf. We see daughters being thrown into carts to be taken off by laughing killers. We see wives that have just been killed that morning. We see families that have been wiped out by people following the way of the leaf. And this is where more or less the division comes from, because there was a group of kids that went and saved their sister. Their sisters who were
And they become the fighting IU.
who were traumatized as fuck. The sisters went through some shit, right?
Yeah. That's what I gathered from that.
Yeah, and the mother said, "Who are you to wear my son's face? I don't want to ever see that face on a killer again." And hence, the IEO veil themselves when they kill. They don't
that's
carry swords because they aren't a tool. Spears can be used as a tool, but a sword cannot. We see the development of these warrior IEO. Go on,
the
Todd.
warrior
What were you going to say?
society. Yeah, it's like the beginning of the warrior society of the IEO, right there. Which is like
We
so
see the
profound.
creation of the maidens,
Yes.
in which a woman from the Gen said they killed my family. I want vengeance. They broke a spear in half
Yeah.
Handed it to her.
and said, "Yeah, and you should probably have a spear because you're just a little girl." No, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
She's like, she called the spear her new husband too. She's like, this is my new
Yes.
husband.
Right.
Yes.
I love
because
that
my
part.
other husband's just hanging out with his weed plants.
Yeah, his little.
There
weed
is
potted
a
plant.
drinking obligation.
Wait, Dan, are
Yes,
we at
the
chapter
first-
26 yet?
Not
And
quite
she's-
yet.
Okay.
Kind of.
And we see that she's a dreamer too. She says, "I saw your face in the dream," she said softly, but he did not really hear.
What does that mean? What was that? Why was that line in there?
To show that they were already dreamers.
You may say I'm already a dreamer,
But he did not hear her.
Emerson.
but
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
he
the
didn't.
only one.
Right. Like, why did he not hear her?
Are you the only
I don't
one?
know. Just that's a funny that I underlined that
Mhm.
and was hoping that someone would bring that up because that's a very esoteric line. That's not typical Robert Jordan writing.
The spear had caught him up. It says, Maureen was watching him with that strange smile, but the spear had caught him up. I saw your face in the dream, she said softly, but he did not really hear. With a spear like this, he could be quicker than a man with a sword.
So let's change spear with boner.
And it says, in his mind's eye, he could see the Aiel defeating all the men with swords. No one would stand against them. No one. So it's like this obsession already.
Well, change your eye with boner.
All right.
Totally. Yep.
Charlin dies in the raid. They say, you know what? You are not following the way. And we see the person who says it's Adan, I believe, right?
Adan.
We have we're now
Yes.
on chapter 26. But Adan was the one who was like, no. He says, quote, there is no reason. Adan roared, shaking with rage. We must accept what comes. Our sufferings are sent to test our faithfulness. We accept and endure. We do not murder. You have not strayed from the way. You have abandoned it. You are Daishan no longer. You are corrupt and will not have the IO corrupted by you. Leave us, strangers, killers. You are not welcome in the wagons of the IEL. And then in chapter 26, we see what Adan actually endured for the way.
And is this why they were punished in their minds and were sent to the threefold wastes? The threefold lands?
Oh. Nice.
For their murder.
This breaking, the breaking of the way of the leaf. The abandoning
yeah.
of the way of the leaf.
They just cut the fuck out and like went to a desolate land. Is that what?
Well, there seems to be like this coupled with this the failing the Aiel, the Aes Sedai, right?
Aes Sedai as well. Yeah. Right.
So like it seems to be twofold. We failed Aes Sedai, and somehow we're stuck in the desert.
Interesting. Yeah, totally.
So have we gone to the dark ride? So where are we, Dan?
We
We're
can
in
stop
26
if you
now.
want, right? I mean, yeah.
No. I'm saying,
Let's go and stop then.
I'm
Sure.
not encouraging the stopping. I'm just.
Yeah, we just entered 26. We're at the beginning
Yeah.
of 26. It's like, so much. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, like it's rich as fuck. Like, do you want to like? Yeah, I feel like we might just want to stop.
So I don't know if I'm a factor in any of this, but I just want to say that like I've got, you know, like the little one, and she's in bed now. Well, will be if we have a 30 seconds.
Yeah, let's
I'm able to do that, but I'm also able to come right back and like I'm full.
You're good.
Fully
You're good to
ready,
go for a while.
and I'm
Okay.
good to go for as long as anyone want to engage. This is such a these chapters are so engaging. But also I want
Awesome.
to
Well,
know what everybody else wants.
no, so I'm good to go. Let's just see. How do we feel? Do you guys got another half hour at least?
Yeah.
Because it will take that. All right, let's keep going. All right,
Okay, give me 5 then, or
right,
2, or
that's all I
Less.
wanted. Yeah. I just wanted
Cool.
to
Yeah.
get the feel the room, because this is a deep shit. This is deep as fuck. Oh, my.
It's that deep.
It's
that
deep. And I gotta pee.
Dan's like, oh, fuck.
I know. Where's Dan?
No, I'm right here, man.
Dan! Damn, we have an audience.
I'm allowing you to read the room. All right. All right.
Fuck you.
All right, so that chapter ends with Murd and Snarl was a rictus. I looked up what a rictus was. A rictus
Like
is a fixed grimace or grin.
Grimace, yeah.
So I tried to do that. Sweat beaded on his face. He quivered. He quivered as though wanting to run. I didn't do any of that shit, but I did try to do a rictus. Chapter 26, we get into Aiden. And Aiden, Dan, we have a, we did do a pronounce this, but I'm not sure if we'll have time to, we'll judge by Ryan if he wants to do it. But we have Aiden, and he is going through some trauma. There is a massacre. It says, quote, the men with the swords and spears and bows, the men who had done the killing, were loading the empty wagons with women. He watched Rhea, his daughter, shoved up into a wagon box with the others, crowded together like animals by laughing killers. The last of his children, Elwyn dead of hunger at 10, Sorel at 20 of fever her dreams told her were coming, and Jaren, who threw himself off a cliff a year ago at 19 when he found he could channel. Marind this morning. So this is someone who has done the ultimate sacrifice for the way of the Leaf.
It's so heartbreaking. Oh my gosh.
Very. Very. They're like, once the killers leave, the other people go, now what? He's like, well, we bury our dead and we go on. This is what we do, right? And they're like, no, fuck you guys. And there is a split between Aidan's group, who is like,
Want to seek the songs, and then those who
yeah,
don't.
just want to sing, yeah.
And Solwyn, right? Is this Solwyn? Wait.
Yeah,
Dean-
Solwyn wants to like find the songs, which in a sense that's like is this the beginning of the 12th one, or
Yeah,
right.
we mean to find that safe place in the songs too. We will. And Aiden says, you are not Aiel. You betray everything. Whatever you are, you're no longer Aiel. And they go, we keep the way of the Leaf as well as you, bitch. He's like, get out. You're lost. I don't want to look at you. Go.
Oh, and then the lost. You're lost, yeah. The lost ones.
Yeah, right?
So this is the beginning of the Lost Ones Tuathon. The Tinkers, the Tinks.
Thanks.
He ends up kneeling by his dead wife, saying, "How long must we be?
And he was married
We be faithful."
To an Aes Sedai.
Yes. Yes.
So he was Jen, right?
Putting his head down on his wife's breast, he wept. And so Rand goes, boom. He becomes aware. He's like, wait, the leaf? That ain't no IL
Belief.
Muradin's mouth was open in a soundless howl. The IL's eyes bulge as if witnessing the death of everything.
And that was that right there.
They stepped forward together.
He's like, what?
And back.
He's like, the IU are Tuathon and the same. I can't fucking handle this shit.
Right. We then we see it goes back. There's Ogier. There's some 50 fucked up Ogier that are all weeded out. They're like, we meet
Yeah,
a young Adon.
the emo Ogier.
They're Ogier of the Rainbow Children.
and the connection is Adon. It's a young Adon, right?
Yep. It goes back. So he's like
Nice.
He's like a young buck now.
He's like, check
big
out the
blue eyes.
Ogier. Oh my God, there's Ogier. Oh, like so pumped and like.
And then we meet the nymphs, or the...
Oh yeah.
The Nim. But before that, it says wagons left behind and what was in them. The things the IL had placed in IL charge abandoned.
Aes
That was
Sedai
not
had
the
placed
first
them.
time, only made it worse. Are we, do we think that, so what was in, it was anything significant in these
So this
wagons
time,
that
this
we
time,
know?
say that again, Dan, sorry.
No,
Very
no, you talk.
So at this moment where we see the 50 rainbow folk, this is the breaking of the world. It seems like shit is going down right here, like really bad, right? Like, so maybe this is happening during the breaking of the world. Because they're like, how is it up north? Oh, it's bad.
Oh right.
And
they're
then
talking about
then we
the
go
land.
before that, and there's suddenly technology,
Wait, you know what's really
which was
fascinating?
happened before the breaking of the world, right?
So wait, in this vision though, they talk about how the land is changing from year to year,
Yeah.
where they travel like over something, and then they're like, "Oh wait, it's different now." Like the next year,
Right.
he's like, "Fucking shit is fucked up." So the lands,
The
are
blighted
still
lands
changing.
are moving southward, so the blight is forming.
Who is the dark-eyed Aes Sedai that they're with?
Wait, what
I
was
don't
that
think we've
question?
gotten there yet, Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still like
We're at Adon right now, the young Adon.
young.
And we just
Adon.
met we meet the
Ogier.
Ogier. They
And then
abandon the
they're like-
wagons.
And lands are still changing from year to year. That's like crazy to think about. Like it made me
Yeah,
think
right?
about like what was happening like with the breaking
lands.
and how long it took. It took a long time actually. It was like a
Oh,
long
well,
period
here,
of time.
Brian Corgel says the breaking lasted 250 years.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So when we get
I
to
did not
deny,
know that. Wait,
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, I didn't know that. No,
Yeah. until the last of the male Aes Sedai were eliminated, yeah, it was 250 years
250 years
of madness. Yeah, it was
So it was
There's
like-
a lot of shit that can
So
happen.
that's like
So
the
this is
length-
happening during the breaking.
years.
That's the length of our country. I mean, how old is our
Exactly.
United States?
right.
Oh, look at
Thank
this.
you,
Look at
Todd,
this, Dan.
for putting
Look at
that in
this.
perspective, because that is an important point.
right?
It is like as long as we've known the United States to be. That is how long we're talking about in perspective of this.
Yeah,
even
very
happening.
not long at
this
all.
That's
Yeah.
the breaking of the world, let alone the fucking 3,000
Yeah.
years of everything.
Right, because
So, yeah.
to Josh's
Crazy.
point, when we get to Janai's point of view, there's, quote, at least the last of the long abandoned Joe cars had been hauled away. So we are
the
seeing
Joe
the
car.
end of where Joe cars are flying around or being, I don't know if they are in the air or on the ground, but
Right, and the
There's no more
singing, the
Joe cars.
singing of the seating comes yet before that, where they're in the air.
correct. The last
Hubba
of the Nim is Sameshta. And right,
Alright.
actually, do we have
Sameshta.
do you want to do pronounce this for this chapter?
We got we do. We
You want
got
That
it.
one,
we got
They
Shanti
got
says, yeah.
Symmetra. Yeah,
Why
that
not?
one took me
Why
a
not?
while. I said it. I
It's
said
fine.
that name so many times. I was like, wait, what is it? Fucking
It's sweeping the nation. I don't know if Shemesta is one of them though, because there's a few other ones.
what I like.
But yeah,
though,
we meet
is,
one of the Nim.
the
Most
Nim,
of the Nim are
yes.
dead. We hear, yeah.
So is,
Uh,
oh, we're gonna do this. Okay.
What else are we doing?
Let's do it, guys.
Zulman.
Okay,
Sullivan.
what is this? Someone.
Suluin.
Suluin.
Suluin. Sulu.
See what Shantini says.
Chastity says.
Sulwin.
Suluin. I think
Todd is
you were
Suluin.
pretty much right. Suluin.
Sulwin.
Fucking nail that. Fucking nail.
No,
that
it's just
shit.
Sulwin.
Sulwin.
It's like I fucking nailed that.
Sullivan.
That's
Suluin.
three syllables.
Well,
That's three
nailed
syllables.
it.
Suluin.
It's a
No.
3-syllable Sullivan. I
All
did.
right.
Suluin.
Yeah, Todd.
Pronounce this.
Janai.
All right.
Now I just hear Sean's name in my head all the time.
Janai.
Janai.
That's good branding. It's like cook.
Jonai. Yeah.
Todd.
Jonai. Yeah, Jonai.
Josh.
Janai.
Chance.
What?
Shonai.
Jonai.
Dude, we all won. We're all wearing
Y'all won.
Shonai.
You all kind of won.
Janai.
Kind
No,
of.
kind of one.
Jonai.
Pronounce this.
No. Oh, sorry.
Oh, just go.
Just go. Oh, just go.
Alnora.
Thank you, Todd.
Alnora.
I think I already did mine, but Alnora.
Alnora.
Nora.
All right, you're
Get
yeah, you're wrong.
Close.
Everyone, it's not Alnora.
You're close.
Alnora.
Oh, no.
no.
Alnora.
Alnora.
Osel.
No, no.
Is that Alnora? Alnora?
Alnora.
Alnora.
It's like a D.
Osel.
All right,
Yeah,
here
it's
we
like
go.
a D.
Alnora.
Alnorda.
Pronounce this.
Say it. Wait, we don't have any clarifying. What? the fuck you
Alnora.
said? Okay.
I'll go
Osel.
back here.
All right, Josh. Say it again.
Osel.
Osel.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Well, there you
You're
go.
wrong. All right, next.
The gods have spoken.
All right. Pronounce this.
That's a Z.
Zora. Tazora.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to do
Todd?
Tazora. Twazora.
Yeah, but did you
Zora.
roll your R?
No.
And Josh, what is it?
Zora, like a
Yeah,
Zora.
there's no Russian Tsars.
Zora,
Oh,
You're right,
Okay.
Josh. Sora.
Zora. Okay, sure.
You know what, Josh?
Zora,
Go lock
Chastity
yourself in that
knows.
closet behind you.
you know what, Josh?
Just a
You know,
second.
Josh,
You know what,
we
Josh?
should have a shirt that says, you know
Pronounce
what, Josh?
this.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you know what, Josh?
Oh, it
All
is
right,
there.
Josh.
You know what, Joshy Poo?
What's that, Josh?
That's
So
what your
meshed
shirt's
up.
gonna say.
That's what I
No,
was, yeah.
no,
so much
no. That's
So
wrong.
much-
Wrong.
Yes,
So
Lay it on us,
mad.
Kay.
Stop. So much.
Oh.
Someshta,
Sameshta.
Close. Very close.
There it is. All right, here, let's do it again.
So mess.
Someshta,
All right. So,
And let's everyone thank Chancey for
Chancey.
her work.
Thank you, Shantini.
Yeah.
to the pronounce this.
Josh, you could sound a little more sincere when you say thank you,
All right,
Chancey.
pronounce this. Josh.
Josh, come on, Josh.
Kumi.
We're
Be better.
pronouncing things.
Kumi.
Be best.
Todd, pronounce this.
Kumin.
Oh no.
I was like thinking.
Hold
of
on,
Kumin,
Todd.
like,
I think we redo. The blowing
Kumin.
of the nose didn't help.
All right.
Go ahead.
achoo. Kumin.
Kumi. All right.
Bless you.
Okay.
Cumin, whatever Todd said. For sure.
Koumin,
Oh, you guys are wrong.
Oh, man.
Kumin. I love it.
Koumin,
Oh, man.
Zemai, Koumin,
All right. So,
Wait.
Oh, man.
Why do I know that? So,
all right.
Love it.
Pronounce
Yeah.
this.
well,
So many names.
Zame.
All right.
it is.
Kay,
Zamai.
Todd,
Zame.
Josh.
Zamai.
Zemai,
The measle.
Hot the Pepper
My-
Incorporated.
Doing it all the way.
Zemai,
Give us a.
Thank you.
Zemai, Zemai,
Give us
All right. Zamai. All right.
Gonna make our dreams come
Pronounce this.
Doing
Doing it always. Okay, thank you for the name.
Nice.
Josh.
Tomata.
Toddums.
Tomata.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Autumn.
Audrey.
I'm
Tomato.
pronouncing this.
tomato, potato.
I know,
Tomato. Let's
Tomato.
go. All right, we're good right now. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
So
all
many names.
jump the shark.
All right.
Let's all jump the shark.
Oh, I had a question though. So the
Please.
Nim,
I have a
the
ponder.
Nim,
Yes.
Nim, right?
The nim and the
Hey.
num. They all
Like, related. Does this go back to the Green Man? Is that where he's from? Was he a Nim?
It's a good guess, yeah.
Right? The Green Man, or what was that
Wait,
guy
what?
called?
Yeah, the Green Man.
The Green Man.
Music came in.
Yeah, he was a Nim. Like, where he walked, green things grew, right? Just like what we see in
That's
the
what I was
singing of the
thinking,
seeds. Yeah.
Is it the secret of Nim?
What about
I love
the
that.
nim and
Yeah.
the nom and the secret of the...
Nom nim num nim.
Can't they all get along?
Can there
The nim and the
No,
nom.
no.
Unfortunately,
They'll-
never.
No.
Jonai.
It's a weird child song that I'm referencing. It's inappropriate, I suppose, for this moment in time.
Yeah, no one knows what you're talking about.
This is the
sweetie.
wheel of time, and nobody gets what I'm saying yet.
I think I know that song, Kay.
It's
I
like-
have it on the record. Pretty sure I have it on the record.
Gosh, if you know that song, that's impressive.
the Nim.
Joshua.
Yeah,
I have a new level of respect. Oh, whoops.
I do collect children's records, so.
high five. All right.
Nope, I'm just leveling up,
Yeah, he.
leveling him up to
Josh
respect.
collects records of children, which is really creepy.
That's not so creepy because he has children. So it feels like it's appropriate.
All right, let's
Yes,
fucking returning. Hey,
And I'm
everyone. If you have
Returning.
not, like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We do this. This is episode 72. Can you believe it?
It is
No.
way more than that, Ryan.
Is it?
We have like 3 or 4 that were 70. Yeah, if you look back, it's pretty funny. This is probably close to 76.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
It's not
How old are your
72.
kids, Josh?
It's like 72
It's
and a half.
it's way
2,
up there.
2, 5, and 8.
Ooh, I got an 8-year-old.
See, cute. See?
That's
Totally
my locker
appropriate
combination.
Ages.
2, 5, 8.
No, it's 1,
2, 5, 8, yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Smart.
Sorry, I saw FartVader. It made me think of Spaceballs, and that's what happened. Came out like vomit style. That's what I do.
I love that. fucking
Yeah.
movie.
We see we hear of a horrific massacre. It says, quote, do you know what happened to the Aiel at Sora? Of course you do. You Daishan have more courage than 10,000 Aiel linking arms and singing, trying to remind a madman of who they were and who he had been, trying to turn him with their bodies in a song. Jarek Mondrian killed them. He stood there staring as though at a puzzle, killing them, and they kept closing the lines and singing. I am told he listened to the last Aiel for almost an hour before destroying him.
Who is this guy? Who is this fucking motherfucker?
And then Sora burned one huge flame-consuming stone and metal and flesh. There is a sheet of glass where the second greatest city in the world once stood.
Can we just say quickly, good night, Mr. Howley.
Go ahead, Mr.
Good night,
Howley.
MrHowley.
MR.
So Jonai and these Aes comes into presumably the Stone of Terror. There are 6 Aes Sedai standing around the table. Laying on it is, I mean, it sounds like to me, laying on the table is the dragon banner, and laying on top of it is the sword.
Right.
And it's a room full of Aes Sedai. Only women Aes Sedai, right?
Yes.
Then what?
And he's like, I'm the last. He's like, I'm in a tight little place here. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, and Sameshta's in the room, the last of the Nim. So
they say, then we will do what we must. The sword must wait. Sameshta, we have a
John, that's
task
the best
for the
thing I've
last
ever
of the
heard you say.
Nim if you will do it. We have asked too much of you. Now we must ask more.
But what's strange to me about this scene is that the weave that held the sword in place was woven equally by male and female Aes Sedai.
Oh, right. There's something important that happens right here. Yeah. Shit.
So if there must still be some okay, sane male Aes Sedai at this point in the story, if they are to weave the sword into that at some point.
Well, let's read what it says. It says, can we trust Kodam and his fellows, Celinda? We must, Osel. They are young and inexperienced, but barely touched by the taint. And
okay, so those are the remaining few who they use. Yeah, okay.
Wow. That's cool, yeah.
But then it says, then we will do what we must. The sword must wait. Sameshta, we have a task for the last of the Nim. So what? We found the dragon banner, and we found the last of the Nim.
Dude, the green man was fucking Semestra. At the Eye of the World.
The Eye of the World. And the Eye of the World is what? Was pure Sidene that was untainted. I think we saw the meeting to create the Eye of the World.
Shit, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean,
I
because
did
we
not
have the
put
Dragon
that
Banner.
together right there.
And they also have, so we don't know what happens with Kalendor there, but the Crystal Sword is there with them as well. They said, well, we'll deal with that later, but in the
So yeah, they
meantime-
take the crystal sword to the stone and lock it away in the.
Sick. Semester.
In the
Semester
meantime,
is the
Muradin
green
has
dude.
clawed deep furrows in his face. He's digging at his eyes now. You weirdo. But the Daishan will, there's thousands of wagons and 10 lines stretching nearly 2 leagues. Wagons loaded with food and water barrels. Wagons loaded with the crated things the Aes Sedai had given the Aiel charge. Angriel and Sangriel and Terangriel. All the things that he had been kept from the hands of men going mad while they wielded the one power.
Well, it just shows you how fractured the world has become in our present day, right? That like all of these things have a confluence here, right? The Aiel serve the Aes Sedai. The Tinks are the Aiel.
Uh-huh.
They are the Aiel, yeah.
The like
Are they the Aiel or the Jin Aiel?
No,
they're called
like,
Daishan.
they're the Gen Aiel, but they're still the Aiel, right? Like, I mean,
They're Daishan. They're just called Daishan Aiel.
why do I make notes at all?
Go on, Kay.
Yeah,
What did you want to say?
I'm totes kidding, and I just thought it was funny. Yeah, that's pretty much all I made notes about. Was this is a totally different situation, and lots about the different doorways and things that I did not get a chance to really talk about. So tonight, but it's okay because I mean, shit, man, these guys have got it pegged.
Yeah.
And I love that we're all on the same page about I feel like we have the same thoughts about what's going on, and that's fun for me because at least my notes are somewhat track on a level that I can follow and then be like, okay, cool, at least I'm on the fucking right track for next week. So I am thoroughly enjoying this conversation as much as I have not been able to actually be a big part of it. So thanks, guys. But,
Awesome. We're there for each other. and
yeah.
together.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, guys. Yeah.
it's just the Aiel are unknowns to the Aes Sedai now, right? And we see Moiraine trying to sort all this shit out, but they all have the same origin that Rand is learning, right?
Yep.
Right.
And they're the people of the dragon.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just like you said. It's just so much. In a way, it's mind blowing, but it's also just this big condensation of everything into this knot, the central knot that then unfolds into the the world that we've seen.
Either you might not be mind blown, but are you satisfied? Is it? How do
Let that
you enjoy it?
kick in for Josh
as a
please,
reader,
and
how?
then ask him
What
again.
was your experience reading it?
It was riveting for me.
Yeah.
I don't know, Josh.
Yeah. Riveting. Riveting is a
It was-
perfect
it just-
word.
I mean, just this
Mr.
one.
Taldrick.
Yeah, this one
Oh,
chapter just
Right.
encapsulates all of
In
the Wheel of
God's
Time.
Also
Right.
another
The
good
major
one.
concept of it, which is time,
We have got this.
and how
The concept
time,
of time.
the changing of
Mm.
the passage of time changes stories,
Passage of time. Stories.
and how people what you're saying, Moraine is trying to figure it out on the other side of it,
Yes.
and we're seeing Rand is being seeing it as it happens.
Mm.
I don't know. It's just a brilliant chapter. Fucking
Jeez. Brilliant.
It's like a memory.
bravo,
Like a
Robert
butter.
Jordan.
Like you just.
It's like a memory crystal, right? Or a mind palace. It's a literal mind palace of like the stories, the origin story of this world, the current state of the world, right?
And how time,
Wait.
the passage of time just distorts things or like makes things so complicated. It changes stories, you know. This is like one of the major concepts of this book, of this whole series is like is histories and like how are the histories written, how are they framed, how are they framed, how people like take control of these framings, like I don't know.
But I feel like we get like a distilled, unadulterated vision, right? Like of the actual.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. What blew me away is like, you know, you're seeing the essence. Rand's getting like first row seats to the essence of the history, unadulterated, not spun, not like framed, not like contorted. He's like, Moraine.
Well, through memories.
Moraine and Varen would fucking love this shit.
So, do you think that
Rain could be in
Oh, dude, they would be shitting their fucking dresses.
Right now.
don't you think Moraine is going to see the same
Oh my
thing?
god, that's the best line
They
ever!
could be side by
They'll be
was
shitting their
great.
dresses.
That was fucking beautiful.
Fucking Moraine, dude. Moraine and Varen would love this shit,
Let's
dude.
give a moment for that. Yeah, that was good.
Wow, Rain and Varen, what a call. Okay.
I mean, so is the reason that women more likely survive because they do the the 3 gates, the 3 rings before they enter the heart?
Well, only Ace and I do them though.
Right.
No. The 3 rings that all of the wise women go through. There's 2 stages. You go twice if you're a woman. You first go to the gates through the rings,
Are you right? Okay.
and then you
Can't
go
wait
to
to
the
see
heart.
So we're gonna see that later, right? Or forget it.
It's a good question. Yeah, I hope so.
All right. Glenn, you're not the only one.
baked.
Somebody say I am baked, but you're not the only one. What's
That's
going on?
a Beatles song,
What?
if you don't know.
Heddy
And
Dan,
we
are you
all
okay?
comforted
Yeah,
I'm right here, man.
Yeah.
Beatles song.
You've been like terraformed into like a still version of yourself. You look
He's
like
a nymph.
you're like a Mount Rushmore of one.
You're a nod.
I know we got to get to the last.
All right, let's keep going because
I want to put that link in here.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
at 2.5 hours. So I'm not sure. I mean, yeah. I mean,
so the next one is the seed singing.
What are you not sure of, Dan? What do you want to do? We can stop it and come back to it. That's why I was, yeah.
yeah, no, I'm here.
All right. All right, let's keep
We
going.
can do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
So we hear. Is this the song that the Tinkers are looking for? What we hear here, it says, "quote The Ogier began it as was fitting, starting to sing.
Jesus.
Great bass rumbles like the earth singing. The IO rose, men's voices singing their own song, even the deeper at the highest pitch than the Ogier's. Yet the song braided together, and Semestra took those threads and wove them into his dance, gliding across the field in swooping strides, arms wide, butterflies swirling about him, landing on his spread fingertips."
All right, Brother Dan, is this before the breaking or after the breaking? Like
This-
in the timeline of the visions. I'm sorry.
It's
This is
before-
after, because
before the
door
breaking,
is
right?
sealed. Yeah, no, it's after. It says a soldier is on the next page. It says
The
suppose
war
I can
is
tell
over.
you that is not confirmed. We have a report that Luce Theron led the companions on a strike at Shia Ghul this morning at dawn.
Okay.
Something is disrupting communications, but the report is the bore has been sealed with most of the Forsaken on the other side. Maybe
All right.
all
So,
of them.
yeah. Before breaking. All right. So yeah, I love this.
Before breaking, after the bore. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful, Dan. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
This shit, like
This is the essence, yeah.
when I when we first read this, like Dan, it was like what 15, 20 like years ago, so many years ago. It blew my mind. Blew my fucking mind.
So it's sci-fi fantasy at its like best. Like
Really? It blew your
world
mind.
building.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Yes. The idea that we would go so far back into time that we would go to a future realm where capacities and like technology was beyond the time that we're reading.
Yeah.
I understand now that that's a fantasy trope, but I did not know this before. And all of a sudden it like, and Dan and I would talk about it for hours on the phone. I had a,
Yeah. Oh,
I had
yeah,
a
it's
I
fucking
had a
amazing.
BlackBerry.
So what does this mean? The townsman spat.
Pearl,
Oh, this is
I'm
a good
sure.
one.
Blackberry
Josh.
Pearl.
Wait, Josh has got something right here. I know he's gonna get.
Okay.
Yeah, hit me, Josh. Hit me,
So-
Josh. Let's bring Josh in the fold.
The townsman spat at him. The Forsaken are dead. Dead, do you hear? Land fear will not protect you anymore.
All right, what is that?
We will
That
root
fucking
out
blew me
all of
away.
you who serve the Forsaken while pretending to be on our side, and treat the lot of you as we treated that crazy old man.
All right, so I wanted to bring. Thank you for bringing that up because
Yes.
earlier in chapter 25, I think it is. No, in chapter 26, the beginning of it, we meet a dark-eyed Aes Sedai.
So Linda,
That feels like.
Well, is that clear though? What her name is?
Celinda? Is
Okay.
I think
are you
that's-
sure? Because
So
We
we
have
have-
a clear name. I
Okay,
don't know
could
if it's
that be
clear
a
that she's
flowery,
Black
like-
Aja or anything, though.
No, but we have a dark-eyed Aes Sedai who is telling these people to commit to nonviolence.
Ooh.
Okay, so but
Right?
these-
Am I
okay,
right?
Yes, and this person is like dark.
Kay has
It says-
a-
I have a whole
a
thing
theory about who this
I did-
person is.
I did highlight her. It's in orange, so I knew what to reference.
Find the orange.
Because a motherfucking what?
All right.
It's always in
So,
a
but
I
to
mean,
your
but I think
point-
I think
okay.
it's huge. I think it's huge, though. I think like I don't mean I want to really focus in on this because it's early on in his visions. It's like if we think of the visions as chronological, his first.
oh, here it is. Dark-eyed Dieter faced her with a more usual calm.
No, that's not the one I'm talking about.
No, it was a dark-eyed Aes Sedai.
Yeah, that's Deidre.
Deidre?
Diender.
She's the one who does the.
It's the
foretelling.
the one who does the foretellings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So what about it?
Is that the one you're talking about, Ryan?
Yep. Well, I don't know, man. There's like a dark. It was the very first vision he goes into.
Oh, like in the beginning of chapter 26?
Yes.
26?
Hang on. No,
Yes.
No. It's not
No,
26.
25.
It's not her.
Oh, 25?
No, not Perrin. This is Rand shit.
The Aes
Dan,
Sedai turned their
Dan,
eyes on him.
stay with me,
Yeah, I
Dan.
got it.
Okay,
I
I'm
got
here,
it.
I'm
I
here.
got it. The Aes Sedai turned. Can you hear me?
What?
Yes.
Where are you at? What chapter?
The road to the spear.
Okay.
I'm on page 407 in mine.
Yep, I'm there.
And this one says, it goes, okay, the chapter starts with even trying to watch 100 possible sources of death. The previous chapter starts with the procession. Previous one is
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
there.
Even trying to watch
Okay.
100 possible sources
Yes.
of death. Yeah.
So okay, so the Aes Sedai turn their eyes on him. Sharp blue and dark brown, the first dark eyes he had ever seen, and seemed to see inside his skull, inside his thoughts. He knew himself chosen out and did not know why. With an effort, he pulled away from those twin gazes, which knew him better than he knew himself.
Who is that dark-eyed Aes Sedai?
They both have gray hair. They're old Aes Sedai, even for Aes Sedai. They're no longer in their primes.
Fuck yes. Thank you for joining.
Okay.
You did this.
So I mean, you think that this is?
Well, I mean, there's like Case thought it might be Lanfear.
I
And
think it's
she-
Lanfear.
And
I
like
think
later
it is
on,
Lanfear. Because
there's this
so
random
dark.
reference of Lanfear not protecting you anymore, which was like, what is that all about? Why would someone like accuse someone of being protected by Lanfear? Like, right? So it just seemed like we have two references of dark eyes, and so whatever. Like it seemed no one.
It's true. Honestly, that's the only thing that's the only person with an Aes Sedai with dark eyes that I could fucking conjure up in
Yeah.
my mind's eye.
So like,
about
what if
what
the
fuck
idea is
happened.
what if Lanfear was manipulating the historical, cultural history of the Tuathon, Aiel / Tuathon, for her own benefit.
Ooh, yeah. I thought that's what you were getting at.
Yeah,
Possibly.
So,
which is fucking huge. Because like this person is like, hey, you gotta follow the way of the leaf, which meant mothers dying, daughters dying, wives dying, siblings dying, and like they've kept this covenant for a long time. But what if the covenant was like, I don't know,
Spread by Lanfear. Or
we don't know who is this dark eyed Aes Sedai, and who do we know is dark eyed in this so far?
So, Lanfear.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't
It's
feel like
kinda
Lanfear to
shaped
me, but
15.
maybe it is.
Well, then who else would it be? Who else?
Yeah,
Well,
like-
Lanfear's not an Aes Sedai. First
I
off,
just wanna know what
she's
your
she's
thoughts are.
Luce Theron Kinslayer's lover, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but then what? Who?
But why are they at some point someone saying, hey, you can't be predicted by Lanfear anymore, blah 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 blah, like early,
Well, so I think
on,
so. I want to get into something that happens a couple, one or two visions later, and this goes back to my theory of Lanfear using a power outside of the one power. Is this.
Yeah. This is a good one.
Mierin had said that today was the day. She said she had found a new source for the one power. Female Aes Sedai and male would be able to tap the same source, not separate halves. What men and women could do united would be even greater now that there would be no difference.
Right.
Right, and I think we can assume that Charn. So the Aiel were dedicated. That's their name. This is the name of the chapter.
Maybe
Is
you're right,
the
yeah.
dedicated to the Aes
Shut up,
Sedai,
DKmoon.
and I believe that Charn probably served Lanfear when she was because there was mention of how Charn would say that she wasn't always evil
Right.
at one time, and other nonsense. Yeah, it seems that, and Charn ends up getting hung for his association with her.
But could Lanfear have affected the cultural, historical identity of the Aiel and the Tuathon?
Could be possible.
I mean,
It could
Maybe.
be possible.
Yes.
Or there would be benefit in creating the Tuathon, right?
I
'Cause
don't
they
like
won't-
being wrong.
Well,
Because they wouldn't. They want to kill anybody. So it's like the
Plausible.
perfect.
Well, I can't puzzle
the
it out
perfect
because
enemy. It's like the perfect enemy. Really.
Well, but I mean,
like-
they were tasked with
Right.
protecting Ace. Well, if they if their true intention was protecting Aes Sedai's secrets,
It's like a boss move, really.
they did a horrible job.
It really is a boss. You're not wrong about that.
No, it is. Because Lanfear said, protect these items, but don't do violence. And then they just got repeatedly raided and ransacked and decimated. And it seemed like, well, that's the worst advice ever. If you really want to protect these items, you would say, hey, fucking arm up. like defender, like learn some self-defense and go forward.
So if Lanfear's okay, so let's look at this from a higher level, right? So if Lanfear is Luz Theron's lover, she loses her lover in this horrible battle. So her mission becomes to bring back Luz.
Right.
Her long con then is to
Create the.
to basically grind the people of the dragon down so far that it's apparent when the new Kinsluz is born by the signs of their cultural recovery and the fulfillment of their prophecies.
Keep going.
Yeah, but all right. Let me nip this actually, if I can, because this.
You
This all happens.
You want to nip it to my face, bro.
He wants to nip it.
This all happens after the boar is sealed. Lanfear is trapped in the boar. She is not part of this at all. She only gets out right around the time that we're in. She is trapped in a dreamless sleep for 3,000 years. She could not have possibly have been that Aes Sedai. In fact, it mentions Mirin Sedai that Charn has talked to, which is Lanfear. So that it is not Lanfear at all.
Yeah, Mirin is Lanfear, right?
So
Correct.
Wait, Mirin isn't Lanfear?
Mirin Sedai. She took the name Lanfear, but she has 3 names. It's Mirin some.
Yeah, Mirin is right, and that explains how Lanfear doesn't create the glow when she shapeshifts, because she's using this other source of power.
It might.
How
Raffo.
far ahead have you actually read?
No, he's not. He's not read shit. No.
What are you talking about?
No. Josh is
I'm
just.
just teasing.
Josh is doing Josh shit.
I'm teasing. Oh my gosh, I know I sound super serious because I'm really good at that, but I'm not.
Andrew! I'm so
Shenanigans.
fucking stoked that you're on the other side of the globe, waking up.
Top of the morning, lad.
Andrew, give us a new Bella song. We need one.
Oh my gosh, we would love every.
I know. I've been pressuring
Oh my gosh, can I? Wait,
I sent them the
is this
stem.
a requestable thing? Can we
No, I said, Andrew, give me an Andrew Bella
for
song.
a new song of any type?
So, okay, I know we need to get done, but
there's some major stuff happening right here.
do we think that that this is the end of the trial? Because it seems like Rand is already back at the edge. It's not like he's deep in the heart and then sees Mat in the tree. When the egg explodes, Charn breaks into a run toward Column Dawn, and I'm assuming Rand breaks into a run back towards the edge of the heart.
Okay, yeah, it says here the columns sparkled in a blue glow.
He stood at the edge of the glass columns,
yeah,
right, staring out at the Avendasora, a Chora tree. The city is a wilderness without Choras, and now there's only one.
Yep.
So he did make it back to the edge.
Okay, all right, yeah, cool, yeah,
That's awesome.
indeed.
Yeah.
And then he sees his buddy Mat hanging from a tree.
Yeah.
A shape swinging slowly, a man hanging from a pole laid across 2 branches by a rope across his neck. He does CPR.
Well, He does do a little bit of that.
You're supposed to do staying alive. Well, you
Staying
can
alive.
tell by the way I use my walk. I'm no time to talk.
For nobody that understands fully, let's just like make sure this is like
It's all right. It's okay.
like
Oh,
push,
that's good,
push, right? You do this.
Now you do
stand
have
to the "Staying Alive" song.
the
Staying
Good
alive.
Samaritan clause.
Staying alive.
Ah,
So this is how you keep someone alive.
Stay
Stay
alive.
alive.
Stay
I
alive.
don't have a real body. I'll do it on the book. But that's really actually the motion, right?
That's correct.
I'm
That's the
missing
correct way.
That's correct. That was the correct way. Well done.
And,
Yep.
and that's the way of the
Yeah,
Leaf
Guys,
keep that
public
like
service
moving.
announcement.
Well
Stop
done.
with the breaths, because that doesn't matter. As much
All right,
as keeping
so
that blood.
Ben is saying it was sacrilege that we did not do Bella, and I said nope.
Yeah.
It's procrilege.
Procrylate. Nice.
Procilage, what does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Privilege, right?
No.
Just
What's the
Procrilage.
opposite of sacrilege? Procrilege.
procrylage.
Yeah, fuck you. It's a hard rhyme. Dan, I'm tired.
Hard rhyme.
Give us a Bella. Come on, Ryan.
Then why you, yeah.
It's over. Okay. Shit. There's so many Bellas.
And Ryan, I think the opposite of sacrilege is piety.
Probably.
Thing.
Yeah.
Dogma.
Wait.
Yeah.
Devotion.
Fucking dogma.
Interesting.
Well, I for one thoroughly enjoyed these chapters.
Yeah,
glad
they
we got to
leave.
talk about them.
There is a bubble of evil.
Yep.
that
Here's
they
the
fight
burple.
off. A burple. And then they're like, let's get the fuck out of here. We've been here all night. And Rand's like, yep, perfect. He who comes from Meridian at dawn and tie you together with bonds you cannot break. He will take you back and he will destroy you. He's all, let's go up the mountain. They'll be waiting for us. He's all, for me. Is there anything else we want to touch on before we wrap this baby up and toss
But
it
wait.
in the
Dude,
bin?
let's wrap. Wait. Let's just go over the fact that Rand, he saw the breaking of the Dark One's prison, right?
Right, the ceiling, yeah.
Well,
but
no, both, Ryan.
It's both.
What?
Yeah.
Both.
He sees them tapping into that power source that Josh had said was both male and female, and it's the Shram. It says he actually began to push through the crowd, his eyes fixed on the Shram. The white sphere, 1,000 feet in diameter, floated high above it. It says what seemed a tiny chip of white spun away from the Shram in a jet of black fire. It descended, deceptively slow, insignificant. Then 100 gouts spurted everywhere around the huge white sphere. The Shram broke apart like an egg and began to drift down, falling an obsidian inferno.
Inferno.
Darkness spread
Inferno.
across the sky, swallowing
be-
the sun in unnatural night, as if the light of those flames was blackness. People were screaming everywhere.
So does that become Shia Ghul right there? It just
Good question.
is that what Shia Ghul, like where it's formed? I don't know.
I think
good-
so. I
Nice.
think actually, Shia Ghul is where it says. We have a report that Luce Theron led the companions on a
right.
strike at Shia Ghul this morning at dawn. So
That's what that was.
that's
Oh,
where
right.
it was sealed back up. But that's where we see him escape, is in the middle of this like beautiful, where everyone's singing. There's jet cars everywhere. People are just all happy, and then
It's like happy future time. Yeah.
we see this thing
Future
explode.
time!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I love
Yeah,
that you
yeah, yeah.
said that. Yes. That's the only way to put
Shit.
it. Happy
Everything is
future.
awesome.
So, is it a
All I
coincidence?
have in my notes about that is like the Back to the Future song in like in the second one where they keep singing,
Yeah,
like,
back in time.
Oh my god!
Is that Huey Lewis?
I'm gonna go back
No.
in time.
Huey fucking Lewis, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
that was actually. But
Alright.
the second one, they were like so.
Alexa,
stupid.
play Huey
I
Lewis in
love
the
it.
news.
Love. Oh my god.
Fuck
It's
you,
literally
FartVader.
in my motherfucking-
Shia
Shia LaBeouf.
Dude,
Oh
Shia
my god.
LaBeouf.
No, not that. I don't know what.
No, that's the best joke ever. That's amazing.
Oh, it's
We
So
love
it said
it.
Mirren had said today was the day, and Mirren, as we know, is Lanfear, correct? She
Right.
said that she found a new source for the one power. Female
So
Aes
she-
Sedai and male would be able to tap the same
Wait,
source.
wait,
not
wait, wait,
separate
wait. We
halves.
know
So
that's
she-
Lanfear?
Yeah,
She
that's-
duped
yeah.
everybody. She duped them all, right?
All right, well, let's start. Why? What is this for? What's her end game? Why?
They found a power.
I know why.
Wait, well, why was Lanfear trying to make the Aiel passive?
No,
Because
No,
she's like,
that's-
her
no,
heart was
no.
broken, dude. She's
No.
toast jelly. She doesn't get loose therein. It's all
We
like
disagree that that is Lanfear.
yeah, that she doesn't have anything to do with the IL.
Oh, totes.
Right here,
All right.
she
which
doesn't.
would be it.
I mean, keep saying it.
But why?
like the
why?
theory,
why?
though.
Why,
I like the
at the,
theory.
why at the end of this chapter are someone saying, "Hey, you will not be protected by Lanfear anymore"?
Because
They're trying to finish the
Mir
melody of the
Sedai
song.
took the name
Sucks.
Lanfear. Charn was his like her servant as an Aiel. That's what the Aiel did. They served the Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
All right.
More like,
So I'm wondering if one of these actual like Aiel became the first warder.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right.
Did you notice that?
Because
There was a part where someone decided that they were going to take the spear and hang out. So the Aes Sedai said, no, get out of here. But someone went and hid and got like a shock lance or something.
Yo,
to
shock
kinda hide
lance.
out and hang out with
dude,
them.
yeah, shock
Yes.
Was that the first warder?
lance. Dude, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
I like it. I love
So
it.
is
I love that.
if it is Rand's lineage that we're witnessing through Rand's eyes, is he then the descendant of the servants of Lanfear?
Right.
all of it. I
Oh,
think
creepy.
He is absolutely like all of the things that he's experienced.
Wow, that could be. Ooh, that's crazy.
Meditation.
I also love, there's two other little things. I love this note from the aliens. It says, "Thus is our treaty written, thus is agreement made. Thought is the arrow of time.
Yep.
Memory never fades.
Yep.
What was asked is given, the price is paid." Thought is the arrow of time, memory never fades. Sure does seem to encapsulate what Rand just experienced, too.
Ooh, nice.
Right, that's a really good way to do it. But this was something given to Matt.
Matt,
So how does
yeah.
it relate to
Yeah.
Matt?
Right.
Because of
Yes, Josh.
Yeah.
That is the
old
anthem.
tongue stuff?
Old tongue?
Well,
yeah,
well,
maybe.
Or what that.
Or the
particular
holes in
girl-
his memory?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So he
Um,
gets a silver fox head that almost filled the palm. And he keeps the spear that he was hung from.
So wait, are we okay? I'm sorry. I have a question. The holes in the
Yeah.
memory thing, Josh, is
Yeah.
that like something that is? I'm trying to understand this. Holes in the memory. So like
Yeah.
you were saying like that because of certain holes in his memory, like he could be able to, or before we were in the other chapter,
Mhm.
you were saying that because he could like fill up other memories, maybe of like, or Matt, I think we were talking about.
Mhm.
Then,
Yep.
like because so
It was Mordith.
I was thinking that it was Mordith, that when when Morty tried to combine with him to escape Shadar
No,
Logoth.
I think that's a great concept. I love that concept.
That's the
I'm
whole.
curious
Yeah.
as to like that being applied here, and when you refer to that here with Rand, I'm just wondering like if you feel like that's something
Yeah.
that can happen here too. You know,
I love that question, Kate. Totally rough
Really
of that
trying.
shit.
I'm just really trying to figure it
Yeah,
out.
don't forget that line of thought for sure. All right,
So-
Brendan.
Write it down.
Thought is an arrow of time.
Noted.
And then what? So my last little question was, so Rand witnesses the sphere exploding,
Yeah.
Boom.
the Sharome, and then a
My
bubble
Sharome.
of evil comes after them. Is that coincidence?
What do you think?
For what happens to Matt and him?
Oh, I'm sorry, John.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you
like, all
thought
the-
that was a bubble evil. Okay, nice.
It says all around them dust rippled and shivered ever thicker, bunching and gathering. Suddenly right in front of them a shape reared up in the basin of a dry fountain, a solid man shape, dark and featureless, with fingers like sharp claws. Silently it leapt at them. Both of them get kind of fucked up. They both get bloody faces from these things that are clawing until Rand says, duh, why don't I just use my power? Psha,
Boom.
psha. He does it.
And that's
And
when
Matt's
he,
like,
when,
"It's
when he
about
cuts
time."
him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
so
like-
he's
yeah.
so
And then there's parallels too there with
With land.
so they didn't claw their faces, but their faces get clawed.
what?
It says
Rand
red
escapes
spread
the
across
heart without raping his own eyes out, and then the city attacks him and does the same thing.
Oh, interesting. Both of them. Blood poured
Yeah,
down
both of
Rand's
them.
face, and then red spread across Matt's face too, and down his chest. Too many and too quick. So yeah, they're trying to. So does that happen? You're thinking that happens to everyone who gets out of there?
I don't know, but it just got me thinking.
It's like a booby trap. Like give me your eyeballs.
Oh,
Zombie City.
I like that.
What's your search history?
Matt comes back and they're like, "Hey, you got your eyeballs. That's pretty rare." So is there anything else that you guys want to touch on the dedicated before we call this wrap this up?
I like how it's bookend with that quote from about how he will come from Ruidian at dawn and tie you together with bonds you cannot break. That was the beginning of the vision. It was in the first vision, right? In chapter 25.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Did you find it interesting that he was like, well, they want me to come at dawn, so let's just wait.
Yeah, is this a self-fulfilling prophecy, or is this?
Oh,
I mean, if he didn't know about it, would they have taken a fucking nap?
Yeah, they could have come at. They could have come at
He's
3
looking at his son.
a.m.
He's like, "Oh man, we only got 3 hours. Let's go."
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
let's go back up the mountain. Yeah.
Up the mountain.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah.
But is that text from the story of he who
Hey, he
who
comes
brings the dawn?
every
he who brings the
morning.
dawn, right? That's from he who brings the dawn.
He just
He who comes
cannot-
with the dawn. It's called.
Yeah.
He who comes with the dawn. So is this quote from that prophecy of the Aiel?
This actually was a quote that he saw in his vision.
Yeah.
So so it is
the first
early
vision.
on.
It was like
Yeah,
the first
it
vision.
was-
But
was a
but is
prophet.
that why he who comes with the dawn is named it? Because he comes from Meridian at dawn and will tie you together with bonds you cannot break.
They
Yeah.
refer to like dawn-colored hair and stuff throughout this as well, which I thought
Oh yeah,
It was
interesting.
fun.
He
yeah.
said, whichever of us comes to you will lead the Aiel. No, that one will come later. The stone which never fails will fall, or never falls will fall to announce its coming. Of the blood, but not raised by the blood, he will come from Meridian at dawn and tie you together. with bonds
Okay,
you
yeah,
cannot
so it
break.
is. Right.
He would take you back. So this was in his vision.
And it ends with, yeah. I love it. That's great.
And also in that vision, it says, whoever leads you must come to Meridian, which facilitates why all the clan chiefs go down into the city, you know?
Right.
Nice, Mr. Dovie. Yeah.
Let's go.
That lucky Rand, Mr. Stovey.
good stuff.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Chat.
Yeah, is there anything else?
Thanks for
Anything
talking,
else
guys.
we missed? We're all good.
Yeah.
We made it.
We
Oh my
good?
God,
We
did it.
set?
Chapter 26 is done.
Yeah.
That was one of my most favorite chapters, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Which
25
one?
and
Which
26
one?
in it.
26. This last one.
Okay, well,
Back to the
I would
future.
say this is like one of the best chapters of the whole series. Fuck, man.
And it's
Said it.
cool. It's a cool vision just thinking of Rand and Matt just kind of jogging up the hill, up the
Forward.
mountain, like
Forward.
together. They've been together since the Eye of the World, more or less. When they had to leave, they were split up. It was
Wow.
just Matt and Rand. Now it's Matt and Rand again. They're the boys. Ride or dies.
Right?
Showing,
Yeah.
as Vader said.
Thanks,
Thanks for
FartVader.
Thanks for your brain, Josh.
You know what? Also, fuck
Yeah,
off.
thanks
Did
for
Brent-
your
Wait,
your
did-
tits
What?
your tits
What's
K,
that?
and thanks for your
Did
beard.
FartVader take your brain?
We're not trying to.
Yeah, he ran off with it. They ran off with it.
Dude, FartVader's just stole your brain, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, don't do that.
I won't notice.
Ride or die.
Ride or die.
Read or die.
I
All
can't
right,
read.
y'all.
I can't read.
I was hoping. I was judging this. I don't think we can do 4 chapters. I really want to do 4 chapters next week because they're all
connected.
related. Yeah.
Well, can we at least read all 4 and then we'll
Read all
we'll go from
4.
there?
Read all 4 and we'll try. We can skim through some of them. I
Hell
think.
yeah.
Let's figure 4 chapters. They're small. They're all the same character. They're
Viewpoints.
parent chapters. So
Okay.
Hell yeah.
let's go ahead and do that. 27, 28, 29, and 30.
All right, everyone.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
it's worth it.
It's worth it.
And if you haven't already, run for your lives because this is the way the Leafs.
Run!
Get to reading.